bro. We just gonna get
Oh,
right into it. We just gonna get right into it, bro.
oh my stars and garters, man.
Oh my stars and garters. Where's Beast? Did we invite Beast to the darn thing, bro?
I don't know what's going on, man. It's a hot summer, man. It's a
It's a
hot
red
summer.
hot summer, man.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really even, I don't want to say it doesn't have to be. But we gotta get right into it, bro. Do you even know who Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese even is after this debacle?
Uh, After this, man, it's pretty much the SummerSlam of two black athletes. That's what it's transitioned into. And I don't know, dude. Yeah, go ahead. Go with the
No,
intro,
no,
man.
no, no, no. I
Go ahead with the
usually
intro.
kick it off. I need you to kick it off. Kick off
Me
the
kick it
ball.
off.
You won the toss.
Oh
I'm
man.
want to receive, man. So go ahead.
All right, so 2025, we're in the basically the race war of basketball. Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark pretty much decimated the Chicago Sky in their last encounter, and it was a hard foul, not even hard, questionable foul from Clark to Reese, and she had to be restrained. Reese had to be restrained, wanted to attack, supposedly, basketball stuff, right? So RG3 comes out with a statement saying that Reese got hate in her eyes. She has hate for Angel Reese as an athlete and as a person. And then Clark came out and basically said that RG3 has essentially no room to talk having a white wife on the subject matter. And it's turned into basically everyone now is a coon hunter on the internet. And
Ooh,
yeah,
are they
yeah.
now?
Everyone has turned into the Punisher of coons on the internet now. And the race war continues in basketball with Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, and just more division, man. Just more division in general. Just more division.
As if we don't have enough already.
Yeah.
And here's the funny thing: there were some people that were dying for Ryan Clark. Ryan, tell him, put him in his face. That's right. Protect black women. We're gonna protect that. What you say about black women? What? Get out of here. Then you had the Robert Griffin's like, man, you took it too far. And that shows how low of a person you are, Ryan Clark. And some people felt sorry for Ryan Clark. They felt sorry. I'm sorry, not Ryan Clark. RG3. They felt sorry for him. Got a white wife, and that's the person you chose to marry. And because you're not married to one, you don't have the license to even have the conversation. You're not even having those conversations at home. So that was the sticking point for like 2 days. And then this guy named Marcellus Wiley was wilding and said, hey, whoa. You don't have any room to talk about any of this. Your baby, your first child, yeah, you put it out there, but your first child was by a white woman. And so now all of a sudden, the people that were looking at RG3 are kind of sort of, they don't really want to look at Ryan Clark, but they are. And they're like, well, that's not the same thing because he chose. It's so much. And guess what? Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark are probably saying somewhere, God dang. I don't even hate the girl no more. Like I thought the smoke was about us. And now the smoke is all about RG3 and Ryan Clark. Now, Ryan Clark did throttle back and apologize. Kind of sort of in a weird way, saying that hey, I shouldn't have brought race, who you marry, into this factor. I could have been better. I could have just left that all out of it. And so now people that were like Team Ryan Clark are like, man, this dude, he done gave up the ship. So I listen, the WNBA is being held up. Yep. Please unsubscribe if you don't like to hear this. The WNBA right now is being held up by who? Who?
I mean, we all know who. Essentially,
Caitlin Clark is holding it up. Angel Reese is a nice little part of it, but it's really all Caitlin Clark. And they ain't got nothing to do with race. That's got everything to do with stats. She's a sniper. 30 clip. She be busting them. And they be busting her I'm trying to keep them from cursing. Last year they were beating her down. She should have put on some helmets and shoulder pads. I actually like Caitlin Clark, and I like Angel Reese. Angel Reese just isn't as good as I thought she was, and maybe she's an off year, but she just looks like a big girl running on the court. She's got some skills, and she's playing old school basketball. She's not really a shooter. She's just a big body in the paint, and she can do some layups here and there. But as far as where the game has gone, which is 3-point line, they're following the guys. That's not who she is. And maybe the team's not utilizing them. I don't know. I'm not going to sit up here and make a bunch of excuses for Angel Reese. Nobody's commenting. That's a good. Nobody's commenting. That's always a good sign. Because it's so easy to just jump on the ship of, yeah, man, this racism. But listen, I just hope that this turns into a Larry Bird, Michael Jordan situation to where they eventually respect each other. They eventually continue to both elevate their game. Caitlin Clark still got a long way to go. Angel Reese still got a long way to go. But they are the reason why we're even watching the WNBA, which is sad. So all this protect black women stuff, where was y'all at when the last, 25 years when the WNBA was being played? Y'all wasn't saying too much. Cheryl Swoops and a couple other players, but y'all wasn't really watching, bro. Now y'all
that's my theory, yo. We owned the game for all this time, and it took basically the white savior to come in, and now we had a bad guy to root against, essentially. Not saying Caitlin Clark's the evil, whatever, but we needed basically a bad guy to root against. And when she came in the league, now it's like, oh, we got to defend our turf. We got to defend our dominance in this sport. And then we started watching. So when we had it to ourselves, we didn't pay attention. Now when the outsider comes in and takes interest, now we want to come and defend it and watch the game and get more attention for it. So,
is Caitlin Clark one of the most hated basketball players right now? People, whether you call it jealousy, whether you call it skin color, I don't know. Maybe her breath stinks. I don't know. Maybe she doesn't read comic books. She doesn't read Black Ops. I don't know.
I don't know. She don't watch Space Jam.
She is. Yeah. I don't know. But she got a clip. She will let it off in that stadium. And you got to stop it. They've lost some games. There's been some girls that beat her up to where she couldn't do nothing. I mean, but I tell you one thing, the hottest ticket in town in Indiana is freaking when Angel Reese them play the freaking
Sky.
The Indiana Pacers, basically. It's the hottest ticket in town. So shout out for them for keeping it. Ryan Clark and RG3, y'all go somewhere else, man. Y'all need to move around. Ryan, I don't know. It's different people look at it. People have their perspective have changed on some of the things he said based off of who he has as a child. And I'm gonna tell you something else. Robert Griffin has monetized some of this energy that has come his way.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you got millionaires basically competing to make content to make more millions. So I don't think neither one of them is really going to take a L out of the situation. They're both going to use it to get more views, whatever. I think RG3 mentioned that's not a good look for ESPN or something like that, trying to get, I guess, Clark some heat with his employer.
He tried trying to get him fired.
He tried. Low key.
He tried. Because he got fired, but he got fired because of budget or something else, allegedly. But here's the thing. I just saw a video with RG3 this morning, and he was talking about, he had a biracial guy on it. He said, I want you to tell me how it makes you feel when people tell you you're not black enough. I brought a biracial person. The guy was like, yeah, it just, I mean, he was really dragging on the emotional heartstrings. And it's like, yeah, he finna get into that a lot more. Now you've just opened up a new content section for him. And there's probably a lot of people that are reaching out to him more so than Ryan Clark, who actually has a biracial kid. I think Robert Griffin does too. But they're not leaning in. People aren't leaning into Ryan Clark anymore. They're leaning in more so into Robert Griffin and saying, yeah, we need to sympathize with where he's coming from. So, yeah, thanks, Ryan Clark. Good job. Anyways, man, we're going to get off that. because I know that's we don't have anybody saying anything, which is a good thing. That means everybody agrees with us. It's totally
Oh,
what
for
that
sure.
means.
Yeah.
What's good with you, man?
Yo, man, just been just been man, just trying to stay busy, man, writing scripts, trying to get into more production work, lurking on Facebook, you know what I'm saying? So
Lurking like
lurk
everybody else.
lurking on Facebook, man, seeing Thunderbolts collapse, watching the MCU get delayed, you know, the whole nine. Watching an empire fall before your eyes. It is kind of interesting.
So basically, Marvel came out, and I gotta go and pull it up. But Marvel came out and said they're gonna be pushing back um freaking well, we got Luke Cage news as if he has any fans, but that's a conversation for another day.
I stand with Luke, man. I stand with Luke. Hashtag I stand with Luke. Cage it up.
Cage or nothing, basically
Cage
what
or
you could be
nothing.
saying.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pull up, let me find Messenger. I should have see, I don't have this stuff prepped and ready to go. So I'm gonna get a phone call. Say, man, I need to have y'all stuff prepped and ready to go.
But yeah, Doomsday and Secret Wars both got delayed until Christmas of their respective years, 2026
Christmas
and
and 26
2027.
and 27.
Woo! Ooh-wee.
That's a spicy meatball.
Yeah.
That's a long time. Let me just do it. Let me just do this. I'm gonna go to groups. I'm gonna put it in BSF, send it. Then I'm gonna go here on this deal here, and I'm gonna go find it.
But yo,
Just
that
so y'all,
delay, man. Christmas, they never had an Avengers film for a Christmas release. So that's new.
is it smart to do that?
I mean, I think they're forced to do it. Whatever production problems they're having, they definitely gonna need more time for VFX. They're basically on a crunch, and they probably knew they weren't gonna make that deadline, so they had to do it. Forced to do it. They had no way around it. So it's not a matter of smart. It's just a matter of how can we just release it and still try to get $1 billion plus dollars. And Avatar and Star Wars have done well in Christmas. So if the film is good and they market it right and that Marvel hype comes back, that they might make their bill. But
Just so everybody's aware, because I know we have a lot of people who do not follow comic books that follow us. They follow us, they don't follow comics. They follow us, they don't follow comics. We follow comics, they don't care. They just follow movies and shows. What did Dion say? The movies is the mega church. Comic books is just the church, and we totally get that. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Do not expect at E33 or E20. What is it? Disney E23,
D23.
D23. Do not expect a teaser trailer this year for that movie. Do not. Do not. Probably. I mean, you might get a little something next year, but you're not gonna listen. The trailers are gonna. They're not dropping trailers early like they used to, like during their year in advance to kind of
Yeah.
get you hyped, which is dumb. They're gonna wait if it's gonna come out in December. They're gonna wait till like October, bro, which is crazy. You're gonna get your first teaser in October, and I think what it is that I think Marvel recognizes that there's so much going on in the world that's pulling at attention from different people's attention that wasn't pulling at people's attention 20 years ago. It's everybody, a lot more people that was like, I'm not getting on social media. Social media is weird. A lot more people on there now, and so they have to compete with that. So why jump out in the middle of traffic when you can just jump out on your by yourself when nothing else is going on?
Mm.
You also have to keep in mind too, they have to stay ahead of DC. So they probably moving that out the way because maybe DC might be dropping something around the same time, and they don't know for sure that this is going to be a hit, even with Robert Downey Jr.
Right. I think Dune 3. I'm not sure about the release schedule. I have to look it up. I think Dune 3 is the only Warner
Doom 3.
Brothers.
Oh
Dune. Yeah, the only Warner Brothers release for Christmas around that time. So I don't. What happened to Avatar? Because I know Disney owns
I,
Avatar.
I watched the first one a
Uh-huh.
long time ago. I didn't even watch it.
So I think Avatar 3 and 4 are supposed to come out always around Christmas time. So someone's got a nudge. Because you can't release two Avatar and Avengers in the same month. They're gonna monopolize each other. So cannibalize each other. It's not looking good, yo.
You got to
It's not
compete
looking
now.
good.
Marvel didn't used to have to compete. They got to compete now. It's a scary place for them because the stuff they've been putting out. And listen, do you even think the Disney Plus is even useful nowadays? I don't even think it is.
Disney Plus was that did more harm than good for the Marvel brand. It did more harm than good for sure. Especially now, like the She-Hulk hit, the Miss Marvel hit, the Echo hit, Daredevil season 4 did that hit?
No, that's not
The
season 4.
Hawkeye.
Is it season 4?
I mean, if you count the Netflix series, but yeah, man, Disney Plus definitely was a problem for the MCU.
So Disney Plus, glad you brought that up. Iron Fist and Luke Cage return in Daredevil Born Again season 2.
Didn't we say Mick Coulter would never come back? I guess the check cleared good, man, because he's back.
I was wrong. I'll say that.
Make Luke Cage great again, yo. I mean, are you gonna watch season 2 now?
Listen, here's what's going on with Luke Cage. And let's keep it a buck. Luke Cage fans. Okay, let me back up because somebody's already mad that's listening to that. That heard what I just said. I can just feel it. I know how to. If anybody knows how to trigger people, it's me. Hey, can any of you guys? Did you guys know how to trigger somebody? Yeah. Listen, Wesley Snipes is Blade. People want to come for Wesley Snipes. Blade fans, your Blade. Most people today that are my age. A big chunk of them. See, y'all wait for me to see everybody. See, that's a big generalization. See, I know how y'all move in the comments, man. I used to be the guy in the comments, right? A lot of people that are Blade fans today is because of Wesley Snipes. A lot of people that are Luke Cage fans are probably a little bit of a split. But a lot of people watch the Luke Cage Netflix show. Not everybody. There's that word again. A lot versus everybody. It's two different things. They watched it because of the Netflix show, not because they were Luke Cage comment collecting fans like they are for Storm, T'Challa, and Miles. Let's keep that a whole buck. Luke Cage just had a run to come out. Nobody talked about it. Don't pretend like, oh, Luke Cage. No, you're a Luke Cage, Michael Coulter Netflix fan, and it's okay. But I haven't seen the smoke for Luke Cage from the fans that were about the comics, even when the show was going on, bro. It was mostly Michael Coulter, Luke Cage fan, kind of like Wesley Snipes, Blade fan. And when people say, oh, you a Blade fan? They'll say, yeah, I'm a Blade fan. No, you really a Wesley Snipes Blade guy. Okay? Let me see you be like, go back to like the Blade run from the 90s. Are you really into that? Are you into the Blade that looks like Wesley Snipes now with the haircut, with all of the Wesley Snipes pieces and parts to him? Yeah. That's what you're a fan of. Let's just keep it a stacko. So if it comes to Michael Coulter, I think they'll pop up here and there because I think they realize we really like Daredevil as a Marvel Disney brand, but we know he is not a standalone character. And I said that. He can't hold his own weight.
Whoa,
that's why they brought in Punisher.
Wait.
That's why they bringing in Kingpin.
You said Daredevil was not a standalone guy?
He's not a standalone movie TV show guy. And it's been proven. People ain't really like feeling it like that.
I mean, he had 3 seasons on Netflix.
But look at the last one they just had. I'm talking about like a success where they wanted to go. Daredevil fans are probably okay to find with it. And I'm pretty sure they didn't say it was amazing. But there's really not a whole lot of noise from this last season. The first season there was when Punisher showed up the last times. But as of recent, as post 2020, post pandemic, he ain't got the juice like that no more.
Is it Daredevil or is it Disney who don't got the juice no more? Because if everyone is down, is it the character or is it the company behind the character
It's a little bit of both.
You know, that's
Because
my
look at
only
Daredevil
rebuttal.
comics. When are they making the top 20? When do they make the top 50? Who's online making the noise? Look at the noise for Storm. Look at the noise for comics. Look at the noise for Daredevil.
Daredevil
Look
got
at
a
the
lot
noise for
more
Storm.
solo issues.
Huh?
Daredevil got a lot more runs than Storm by himself.
Listen, I'm talking about currently.
Currently?
Oh boy, look what we got here. We got ourselves a good old fashioned super cheap. We got ourselves a super chat and we're gonna go straight to a full ass. Earthman says, shout out to my mother, Miss Gina. And shout out to my favorite comic book, Jungle Action number 15. I'm in the gang, homie. Hey man, appreciate the $9.99. We know YouTube gonna take about a third. They gonna take a few times, but I appreciate it, bro. If you would have gave us $1, we'd have been happy. You gave us a penny, we'd have been happy.
Shout out to Miss Gina. Shout out to your moms, man.
Shout out to her. Let me run back to Brad, man. Everyone competes. Come on now. So Coulter said he would come back, but things weren't right. Doesn't matter since they keep lowballing Blade, which makes no sense. The problem is that people kink things, but it takes so long to actually see it on screen or comics or books or anything, and the thrill rubs off. Basically, it leaves off, but yeah, it basically does rub off.
Right. Timing is everything. Yeah.
Timing is everything. You gotta drop stuff when it's hot, like music albums. You gotta drop trends. You better hop on the trend, and then the trend got about a couple weeks, and boom, it's gone. Nowadays, they don't focus on character or development, but rather focus on everything else, which is bad and why things don't work, in my opinion. I think they overly focus on character development. We're gonna get into a book that I'm worried about that's dropping next week. Yeah, next week. But go ahead. I know you were talking about this whole thing here.
I was gonna say for the timing. I mean, look at all the Blade delays, right? And then Wesley Snipes shows up in Deadpool 3, and then next year, Ryan Coogler makes a vampire horror flick and gets bucket loads of money. So that time frame for Blade reboot was there. The iron was hot. We had Wesley Snipes. We had Ryan Coogler with Sinners. They both were successful films. That window's now gone. Blade, they would try to do Blade in 2029. I mean,
that window ain't gone, bro. That window's not gone. It's just y'all need to jump. Y'all need to do something. But Marvel's trying to do some freak nasty stuff with Blade, and the people are like, why are we doing that? And then people keep dropping off. That's what it is, man. They keep doing dumb stuff or wanting to do dumb stuff with these characters.
Basically, we don't want to see Bloodline live action. We want to see Blade, get Blade first, get him out, get him have 2 sequels, 2 movies, then you can introduce Bloodline in the 3rd film. Like we're not trying to get distracted by all the other side characters. We want the main character solo dolo in their own film.
Richard said, I don't want to see a Blade movie.
Yeah, it's done. I mean, we don't need Blade. We talked about it. We got Sinners now. We're good. We're good. We don't need Blade anymore.
Now, watch this. This is the part of Herschel's brain a lot of people don't like, but that's okay. You know what it would be dope? And you didn't need to do this, and it probably would have been professionally hurtful. And it would have been some issues with it. Fans would have loved it. But we need some conspiracy or some weird stuff to happen in a movie to make you be like, huh? So, for example, at the end of Sinners, there should have been like after the old dude that was in the blues thing, and they was in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
He should have left and walked to this abandoned warehouse. And somebody would have had their back turned, like sharpening the blade. Listen, hey man, I heard you take care of these monsters, man.
Oh no!
And then all you would have seen is the guy lift up his mask, and you see a quick little flash. Like you have to time the cinematic just right, but you see a silhouette of Wesley Snipes. You don't do no copyright infringement because there's not enough there. It's a black dude with a mask on. Well, Blade wouldn't really need a helmet to sharpen like a blade, so that wouldn't make any sense. But you see him hunched over. You see the charger. That's not copyright infringement, right?
Oh,
and then you see a grin with his mouth or something. And then when the guy says it, he stops. And as the machine goes in, the grinder, as he sharpens his blade, spins off. All you see is like a barely see a silhouette. You see like a grin, and it cuts to the credits, bro. Bruh. People would have pooped in their pants, bro.
Coogler already stole Blade's thunder, right? And then you're gonna put the stake more into the heart with a Blade cameo at the end of the film. Oh man,
but listen, you don't do a Blade cameo.
Be like, don't call me back for Wakanda for Black Panther 3. Don't call me back. That's what he was saying.
Listen, click. You're not even doing a Blade. You're not doing a Blade cameo at the end of that. Just a black guy sharpening the sword with a grin. And he kind of looks like Wesley Snipes. That's it. And guess what? But you know what would have happened though? It could have been counterintuitive because as good as your film was, it could have overshadowed your film.
It would have distracted from the message.
But it would have been the greatest pre-credit scene ever.
Nah, I mean,
I don't know, bro.
Nah, listen, he was trying to go a different route than the MC route.
Yeah, you don't want to muddle it up, but in a different world, different time. Play around. I think people should troll and play around like that. But troll, but don't troll. Just enough. Just enough. How does Blade not come out or get the run around for over 10 years and now counting? Just give me a triathlon and a Meteor Man reboot, and I'm kind of excited for Wonder Man series. So Richard wanted me to laugh about that, and I'm not going to do it. We're gonna
Meteor Man reboot. Who got the rights for that?
Listen, Meteor Man. I don't think Robert Townsend owns the rights to some of the specific rights to Meteor Man. I don't think he owns that anymore. Triathlon, he would have been good to add into Secret Invasion because his goggles actually sees scrolls, but that would require Marvel to actually have comic heads on hand to actually know that. And because we know that they don't do that, because we know that they came out publicly and said, we don't even want our people reading the comics, that was avoided. That show still sucked to a lot of people. I thought it was par for the course, what was going on at that time. The ending was trash. It was rushed. But why am I talking about Secret Invasion? Richard, stop distracting me, bro.
Hey, Triathlon exists. How can he coexist with A-Train? He can't.
Perfect casting right there.
I don't know. You want to get A-Train's actor, do another black speedster?
Nope. Yep. Get him right there.
Oh man.
All right. Hey, actor recognition. But it's yeah. But guess what? Triathlon doesn't exist anymore. Triathlon does not exist anymore. It's 3D Man. So it's still Dale Garrett, but he goes up on a different powers, different persona, 3D Man. But
Triathlon, he lives on within the 5 fans who actually know him, man.
The 5 fans, me, Richard, you, Paul, Derek, maybe Derek. Probably like I don't care. Speaking of Derek, man, we're gonna get into later. I would say some black indies. I'm gonna get into something that's going to be controversial a little bit later, and I'll just clue you with this. Stop listening to people on social media, to your favorite YouTuber, who only at certain times when they get mad at Marvel and DC want to say support black indies, but they never show you any black indies, right? Ain't that funny? Ain't that funny? How we say, oh man, we got to support on, we got to build, we got to support on, we got to go grab this, we got to do. So can you? Where's yours? Well, brother, I just want y'all to build, brother. I just want y'all to. We got to start showing. Everybody needs to be from Missouri, man. From Show Me State. Show me what you're doing so I can go pick up some too. But we're gonna talk about that a little bit later. Make sure y'all don't stick around for that because I'm gonna be saying some stuff that a lot of people ain't gonna like. But we gotta talk
about you about your DM box about to be full, bro. Inbox about to be full.
My inbox about to hit, bro. But that's okay. Because a lot of those messages I don't even respond to. Anyways, did we do the Iron? Listen, just bring me back Luke Cage. I don't even want to see Iron Fist. Nobody cares about Iron Fist. And the acting, I'm sorry, pull back. Iron Fist does have potential, but Iron Fist shouldn't have just been that actor. And the actor is trash. I'm sorry, he just does not embody Iron Fist
Martial
for me.
arts, no.
Can't
They
do
can
it.
put him in the suit though. They're gonna put him in the comic accurate suit. Try to get all the press and everything for that.
Yeah, somebody says Midnight Suns. Yeah, but that's too comic. That's too much like right. You know, Disney would rather put water in the gas tank versus gasoline. I mean, they would rather, I'm sorry, do a gasoline water mix. That's how they bring things. Midnight Suns would be perfect. You have Morbius. I mean, the problem is you've already done some stuff over. But here's the problem with Midnight Suns. Some of those characters like Morbius, who is important, he's not essential, but he's kind of semi-important. He needs to be. But that would make for a banging Disney Plus show.
That would. I'm about to say Disney Plus would be good for that.
Yeah. Oh, we got another.
Hey,
we got
the man.
Man, show appreciate you. Like my grandpappy say, show appreciate you. Listen, man. Did we? I'm just over the fandom for Luke Cage. I will like I'm one of the people that kind of almost semi wanted him to be Venom, bro. I know that sounds blasphemous, but I just kind of felt like
he needs a little something. Yeah,
huh?
He needs a little something.
A black dude walking around that's invincible and that's it. That's a mayor of New York is kind of boring, bro. You've been doing that. Like, you got to elevate the game. Granted, you were married, who we never see Jessica. We kind of sort of see Jessica and her daughter, but she needs to grow. The baby needs to grow up a little bit more. I need to see like a almost like a Riri. Don't say Riri. I need to see a teenager by now for some reason, and then let her have something like her mom's and Luke Cage powers are similar. Give her something crazy.
Yeah, because Franklin and them grew up. Valeria and them grew up pretty fast,
but Franklin had reality warping. I think he warped his reality so he would grow up. So I don't know, but walking around just being, and guess what? If whoever's mad at me saying a black man walking around bulletproof that's the mayor is boring, well, let's take a look at those sales. Let's take a look at those sales. Don't attack me. Go attack all the black folks that didn't go and buy that book. Hello, is this on? Hold on, this might be off, bro. Because don't come for me. My thing is Luke Cage needs something else, and somebody told me, I can't think of his name. I can't think of his name, but I don't want to reveal him. He might get mad. A lot of these black characters were created in a time where they were just supposed to just be what they were. They were never supposed to. They were never supposed to evolve. They were never supposed to be this thing. Luke Cage, the first Black Marvel character who ever had his own title. It was supposed to be black exploitation, but it was supposed to stay right there. And now they got to figure out how to get him here. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't like bald head Luke Cage with the I don't like to say I don't like it, but it's just like I like with the hair.
Like black exploitation Luke Cage.
I kind of like.
Come on, sucker. Job head.
That's kind of like that's counterintuitive than the overall.
Sweet Christmas.
That's counterintuitive than the overall message where we're trying to take black characters. But they got to do something with Luke Cage. Just walking around being semi-invulnerable, because I've seen Negroes knock him on his butt. But it's just like he needs something else.
Yeah, hold on. We got a whole video chat, man. You see it?
We got another super chat.
Oh yeah, full ass Earth Man.
Full ass Earth Man with a 20 with a dub in the club. God dog. Woo. What can I do? You making some money there, man. Hold on. There we go. Okay. We're having full ass Earthman brings up. I'm gonna tell you something. Let me read this comment for respect for what he did. It would be nice if Marvel did something with Blue Marvel, but that's too much like right. Most people say, well, you guys don't buy the book, so I'm not even gonna go there. Blue Marvel is probably, it's weird with him because this year we haven't really seen a lot of buzz about Blue Marvel. Every other post, a couple years ago, Blue Marvel, Blue Marvel, Blue Marvel, Blue Marvel. Ain't talking about Blue Marvel no more like that. Last time I saw him in a comic book was last year with the whole Storm and Magneto thing. I think they just kind of threw him in and try to keep him relevant.
Mm.
We all know that the first run of Blue Marvel, it was supposed to go 6 issues. It only went 5. And the book spiked. Mainly, Kevin Greavy says that, hey, who is the creator, I had a bunch of his books in my basement. They got water damage. And I went online and started buying a bunch of them. And then for a while, bro, during I even paid 60 for mine. And for a character that was not relatively known at the time, his book spiked. But I will tell you something. Blue Marvel is what happens when your re-coming out party is during Black oppression. Because during Black oppression era, which George Floyd, Trayvon Martin, 2012 because he came out in 2008 or 2000, I believe it was 2008. Nobody said a word. 2012 on up, during Black oppression, Black people like, we need a home, Black Superman. And then here comes Blue Marvel, who's basically centuries equal, basically who's just as cool. And so everybody got behind them. But now that we're on the other side of the Black oppression, I don't want to say call it Black oppression era, but this Black empowerment era was very, very strong, especially during the pandemic. Everybody was Umar Johnson. Everybody was like, Black, we got to support, we got Black, blah, 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 blah. And now you can't find them. Then I went back and hid. I don't know where all those people are at. That sounds kind of weird to folks who ain't been paying attention. But now we're in a more of anti-DEI. We don't care because you're Black anymore. And now you're gonna have to get out of the mud. And so now Blue Marvel is just, I don't know what to say.
Blue
I do
Marvel,
know
he's
that
on
I
the
own.
bench, man. They're not gonna put him in the game.
They're not gonna put him in the game. Sometimes I be when Kevin Greavy talks to us, even on these shows, I'd be like, I wonder if Kevin Greavy wished that he would have just saved that character for himself. But will we be sitting here talking about it?
Right.
Look at Darkstorm.
It's the Marvel banner.
It's the Marvel banner.
I mean, if you want to be real, if you want to really keep it a buck with Milestone, it would help with the DC banner. Having Static interact with Batman in the Justice League in the cartoon.
They did that.
It helped Static by himself, independently, without the DC association.
Let me grab some books. Keep talking.
If he's with Batman and Batman Beyond in the future, it helps with that authenticity, that validation of the character. And that's what the big two is. You get the validation, you get the mainstream access, and that's powerful by itself. So Blue Marvel is an independent comic in the 2000s, without fighting Sentry, without fighting some of the Hulk. It's a little bit harder to sell, man. Unfortunately, and it's just the way the industry is.
Listen.
Yeah.
I want to be sensitive right now because I'm about to do something that a lot of people aren't a fan of. But I'm talking to we're still on you full ass Earth man. Don't worry, we're still talking about Blue Marvel. I know we're in a different time right now, different dispensation with diversity, equity, and inclusion. That's not popular. Black people are saying it's not popular too. Just so y'all know. White folks are saying it's not popular. And everybody has different reasons, different backgrounds that they come from. We're not here to talk about why and who's a cool and who's not. That's not why we're here. But here's why we are here at this particular time. Be careful who you guys follow on social. Even with us, bro. Everybody does not have the finances to go out and purchase a lot of these books and to back up, support Black and support this. Everybody ain't got the money. Obviously, Full Ass Earthman got some money. He dropped $20 in the bank, baby. I appreciate that. No, but listen, go out, Blue Marvel right now. It is the best time. Let me say it 3 more times. It is the best. It is the best. It is the best time to go out and grab his books that you know that he's in. Specifically, I got it on my wall. This ain't just a picture. Go grab that number 1. You can go on eBay right now. People don't have an eBay account. Go make your freaking eBay account. PayPal. Safe, secure. If you have an issue, they will give you your money back. They got bread like that. Go get you Blue Marvel #1. If you can hear me under the sound of your voice, go own that book. Go buy it. Don't be the guy that knows the story but don't own the book. And go get. This is my mini Blue Marvel collection or whatever. Couple books here. Infinity Avengers. He's just on the freaking cover #3. Go get it. Let's go pick it up. This is a damn near $1 bin. You're a Blue Marvel fan, right? I'm talking to everybody. Go buy the book. This right here is where he fought King Hyperion. A lot of people be posting up. A lot of his battles came out of this book right here. This is the Age of the Heroic Age of Heroes, #3. Go buy this book. This is a freaking $5 book. I'm a Blue Marvel fan. Go buy the book. $5. Now we at $6 right now. He's just in this book. I think one of his sons are in this book. His first appearance. I can't think of the name. This is Mighty Avengers #9. Maybe a $5 book. Got another Heroic Age. Blue Marvel #5, where Blue Marvel loses to Sentry. Yes, Sentry beat him, bro. Hate to say it. This is in this book. You probably won't pay more than about $50 for this book. I know to a lot of people, $50 is a lot of money. I get that. Money, work your way up. And guess what? You might not be able to get the entire run right now. Work your way up to own the entire run. Let's keep it pushing. Blue Marvel.
Yo, brother man with another super chat.
Oh man, God, let me
$5. Yo, appreciate that, man.
Money. Appreciate that. Let me get you a thing here.
Keep on back. Keep on back. Keep on back.
3, 2. Listen. He says Blue Marvel also went to MIT, so that could be a meeting spot or bridge. I know what you're thinking.
Yeah,
but Ironheart.
Connect Ironheart. Yeah, and Tony Stark.
We all thought that with Monica Rambeau with the freaking
oh Lord.
Remember she said I knew a scientist?
Oh my gosh. Y'all went on that for years, yo. That and Dr. Brother Voodoo, man. And it never came to be.
Never came to pass.
Never came
so
to
this
be.
This is like the rest of the set of Blue Marvel's first series.
I really like the Mighty Avengers run, man. That's a really fun series.
The Ultimates. This people love to post this picture, but do you own a comic? It's important. The Mighty Avengers 10.
Mighty Avengers.
Right? These are cheap El Cheapo books. Damn, I got 2 #5s? No, this is just the #5. Bro, Ghost, if you can hear me, and you got some money saved, listen. We might need to talk about comic book budgeting right about now, but I ain't gonna get too much into it. Most banks have online banking. You can open up an account and just put comic funds. And every time you get a check, maybe it ain't $5, $10. And you really, really want that Blue Marvel #1, put $5 over there, put $10 over there. It might be a month where you get paid 3 times. Boom, boom, boom. You already paid the child support. Boom, boom, boom. Put stuff up. Whatever's got going on. You paid the tithes and offering. Boom, boom, boom. Slide somebody to the side. I'm not gonna eat out this week. Eating out is like $60, $70 a person there today if you ain't doing fast food. So budget your money so you can go and get this stuff. I paid for this stuff when it was right before it became a premium, and now the prices are dropping. I just bought a Black Panther, first appearance of Black Panther, my second copy, 3.0. I paid 3 and some change, but dude, imagine how much that book I would have to pay for that book when Black Panther came out in the MCU.
But not only that, buy the book, then tell why it's historically important and the story, and tell others about it.
You gotta tell people about it.
We gotta expand the fan base. We gotta expand the fan base.
Thank you, bro. Thank you for saying that, because I almost forgot to say that, bro.
Tell somebody. Yep.
You gotta tell people about these stories, because here's the thing. There's a lot of us that are just not going to have these conversations because we don't know anything. It just sounds good to talk about them on social media, but we don't know anything. And that's why those who know should talk. And you don't know how many people that I'm connected with that got a crazy collection. Don't want to say a damn thing. Because there's so much, they're too interested in, I want to make sure I get this book. There's a meme with David Chappelle holding his money up like this. And it's like so many of us are like this with the comic books. And it's like, good for you. Now, when it's time to unload and you put a Blue Marvel #1 out there for auction, and they only want, and you want to get $20 for it? You know why? Because you didn't say nothing. White folks ain't out here telling you how important Blue Marvel #1 is. They're not. They don't care. So black people got to speak up and don't lie. You do some research. Do some research. Sometimes a Google search ain't a research. Go buy the book and read it, and then, hey, this is what this book is about. Let the book speak. Let's get back into these comments.
Yeah, I see. Brother Man to you said, would they ever do a Mighty Avengers on screen or animation, etc.?
Would there
Yeah.
be Mighty Avengers on screen or anime? Anime, nah. That's not gonna happen.
Fortunately not. I mean, Luke, having a team of Luke, Monica, Blue Marvel, the Iron Fist, the second one. It would be cool. You gotta sprinkle in Superior Spider-Man in there. You gotta sprinkle in maybe Deadpool and make it a little bit more accessible. But with that lineup, I don't think so. But it'd be a cool cartoon series for sure, man.
I don't think we're gonna see it because God forbid if a freaking cartoon gets better than the shows. Then people are gonna see, because with X-Men 97, which kind of got some heat because I don't like, but a lot of people were going crazy.
A lot of people, man, Blue Marvel, you can't even get a clip of him in animation. I'm not even sure there's a voice. There's not even a motion comic for this character. There's nothing for this character outside the page. So
shout out to Ollie's. They finally finished selling out the Blue Marvel action figure. Oh, they've been where I'm at. They've been selling that out. But if you make it to freaking Ollie's, you're not doing good, bro. That particular, whoever that figure is not doing well. Or they just made too many. They overshot. I got page 25 out of Blue Marvel #1 original art.
Nice.
Anything from that is dope. I mean, I think
come on now.
I wonder if DJ Phil could showcase it. Yeah, reach out to him. He would love to showcase it.
Yeah, maybe in part 2. I think he finished volume 1, but maybe in volume 2 for sure, man.
I just kind of quote unquote got into original art, sort of. I got some pages from Nubia, her first series, her issue #2 was just some dope panels. I got it from what's her freaking name with the long hair? Oh my god, I'm embarrassed right now. And she signed it, so I got that sitting over here. I got to pull out. I'll do that towards the end of the show. Don't let me forget, Full Ass Earthman. Danielle becomes Captain America. Right, I have that book. Age of Ultron. Again, why take her and make her a legacy character? Why take Danielle Cage, who's Luke Cage's daughter, and make her a legacy character? Come on, man. But again, we've shown Hollywood that's what representation means to us. It's for us to be Superman, us to be Batman, us to be them. It's not us to be us, it's us to be them.
That's a bar.
And we've proven that. We've proven that is the way. We'll have the talking heads in the comments like, man, we need to get original characters. Man, I don't want to be no knockoff. But then you're not displaying that. And it's on full display on social media. See, people follow the money, bro. Where are black people spending their money? They can pull up demographics. Oh, just so y'all know, they can pull up demographics when you go and buy a comic book. That information goes somewhere. You PayPal, they say male, black male, Hispanic, Pacific Islander. They can tell where y'all spending your money. And all these things are pointing in that direction. Granted, there is a lot of weirdos at Disney that really just want to see us a black version of He-Man, black version of this, black version of that. But we're also helping to perpetuate that by that's what we always cosplay as.
We buy what we like, man. Bottom line.
I don't want to get into that this morning. That's a record that it's been this has been playing. Let's see what we got.
You're just old, man. You don't understand anime.
You don't understand anime. Who said that?
I'm just trolling.
Hey, don't trigger me, bro. Real quick, because we definitely don't want to talk about this. But we're gonna get into this in a minute. Let's get into this comment. Danielle becomes Luke Cage. Okay. X-Men 97 season 2 got changed. So curious to which direction they went and how bad it will be from the original script. It's probably gonna be butt. Well, however, they have the blueprint of how to make it successful. Because I ain't gonna lie, I was skeptical when Buddy came out and said, as a queer black man, I want to see these characters go in a direction and be and act and feel like me. I was like, crap, here we go. But he did a damn good job.
It was good. It was solid.
It was good.
It was solid, yo. I'm just mad he crashed out like that. So he's
He
not in
crashed out.
season 2 and
He
3.
got too full of himself.
Man,
He got
could have
way too
been.
full of himself.
Yep.
And they gonna move on with your blueprint.
With his
And they gonna
blueprint.
make some money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Jessica Jones can also fly, but they won't showcase that. Bring Jessica Jones and Luke Cage back together in same series or something. Yeah, they don't want to do the flying scenes, probably even in the show, because it's costs money. That's more CGI. That's more ropes and cords and strings. And probably there's something in the contract where the actor said, I don't want to be up in the air. I don't want to be, I'm scared of heights. We don't know that, but we do know it costs money to put people up in the air like that and for them to fly. Like a green screen, you got to set up. And plus, guess what? You let Jessica Jones go into her full potential, you have to question why she's not washing everybody, right?
Yeah.
You can fly, you can just pick somebody up and throw them someplace. Is she strong?
That takes care of a lot of the villains in the Daredevil show.
That takes care of everybody. Kingpin, everybody. But conversation for another day. Can't stand race swaps. Yeah.
That's what we buy.
That's what we paying for.
That's what we draw.
The guy that's sitting next to you, like, man, original characters is important. What's on your pull list? What's on your pull list, friend? Oh, man, it's black stuff. wait, bro. Black stuff like who? Black stuff like what? Because everything black ain't originally black, bro. We love to throw out, they steal from us, they take from us. But we want to be seen, man. We want to be popular. Anyways, man, speaking of original, Purge, Roosevelt Pitts, Jonathan Majors is looking for some work. This guy looks just like freaking Purge. And Purge is a really, really good comic book. I own Purge 0 and Purge 1. I think he would do an awesome job, and this should just be Disney Prime. Give me one episode, 1 hour. Just give me freaking 1 hour. I guarantee you. Now, I don't know how their contracts work, but they definitely don't need to go to Netflix because they're going to own you. It's going to Netflix. But this needs to be a Disney Plus show. Now, will black people get behind this and watch this? Will black people go Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs over this? I'm not sure. What you think, D?
Man, I think superhero fatigue is a real thing, bro. I honestly, I would not greenlight anything in the genre live action unless for like a minute. For a minute, because Fantastic Four about to flop, Ironheart about to flop, Superman might do okay, and then you got Avengers next 2 years. I would stay away. I let the genre cool off. I'll be honest.
Hey, I have no hope for Mr. Terrific in this show, bro. I don't think they're gonna let him cut loose.
He looks weird. Did you see the trailer where he's sitting down and flying? That looks so awkward, man. I ain't feeling it. I'll be honest with you. I ain't feeling it. It just feels off.
Mr. Terrific, man. I like Mr. Terrific. I got his books. I have his books, his first appearance, the whole nine. You know the interesting thing about Mr. Terrific, though?
What's that?
Mr. Terrific is like the dude on the stoop. The guy's on the stoop. The guy in the barbershop that, like, not the series version, but the animation in the comics. Well, the comics now, he's kind of gotten better. But in the animation, he sit back and laugh or have a smirk on his face while a lot of stuff is really be going down, bro. He be sitting back like, this stupid mother. And he does it like he'll jump into action if somebody's going to bother like his square. But for the most part, he just observes. He does a lot of observing. I don't know. He's like the brother on the stoop, man. I know that's gonna sound weird to a lot of people, but does he really get involved animation wise? In the movie, he just has that look on his face, like, damn, this movie sucks. Like, I don't know, man. I just want him to be. I want this. I'm not gonna get what I want, but I want him to be like, damn, this should be Superman. This should have been called Superman and Mr. Terrific. But I don't think we're gonna get that, bro.
Nah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. This might be his only movie appearance before they move on to some other black superheroes, man. I think they wanted something different for the first Superman movie, but It's gonna be Jon Stewart and
Oh yeah, I forgot.
and
Listen, we
someone
forgot
else.
about that, didn't we?
The Green Lantern. Oh yeah, yeah. I
We
mean that's
forgot
coming
about
out.
that.
So
We totally
good luck, Mr. Terrific. I mean, I hope I'm wrong. I hope he does. I hope he does a good job, and I hope it's a cool role, and people want to say, "Hey, I want to see more Mr. Terrific after the film." I hope people buy the comic book that comes out.
Speaking of the comic book, here it is. Comes out next week. Am I excited? This is Mr. Terrific year 1. So hopefully this gives me the genesis of his start, because his first appearance, we don't really get that as much as we want. But I will say, I'm not thrilled about the preview. It kind of gives you
Art looks nice as hell.
Art looks great.
Yeah, he always does a good job with that joint.
But the story, it gives you, I guess they give you like a little recap. They show us some stuff in the background. And then he's basically looks like a bum. So
wait a minute, what happened?
Hero's journey. I don't know, bro.
Oh man.
I don't know. But I'm not going to trash it. But I'm just gonna say, they should have gotten another actor for Mr. Terrific. He said the thing that a lot of people, some people were thinking. So, Muhammad, why do you say that? Let us know in the comments. We want to engage in that. I kind of had a little bit of that for a while. I'm over it now.
The general consensus is that he's miscast.
Really?
I mean, I'm asking. Is the general consensus out there, guys? If you think that Mr. Terrific is miscast in Superman, put a 1 in the chat.
Put a 1 in. Nobody's gonna say that now, bro. Because they already done put him out there. He's not horrible. And so Muhammad said he looks.
I mean, you can assess from the look, and so far from what you guys
his look. I'm sorry, yeah.
I don't know. It just feels off to me personally. It just feels a little off. May not be his fault. Maybe the costume, might be the camera angle, might be the script he's working with. You know,
So we got some more panels here, and I'm gonna be honest with you. This breaks one of my rules when I read comics.
How you gonna have that's a fire intro, right? First 2 pages.
The first page, dope. I can't necessarily call it fire. I have to read it, but they're giving me a recap.
It looks good.
But guess what's missing for me? Let me go back.
Yeah, you want some action.
I want? Listen, give me a okay. We're not gonna count the recap. But this page right here, somebody should be getting knocked out. I want to see somebody. I want to see him getting punched. Something.
Yeah.
Because guess what? You got 5 issues. So don't tell me by issue 3 it's gonna jump off. I might not be there.
Yeah.
That first issue, boy, you better set tempo.
One of the first things they taught us in film school when you're starting off your movie or story, don't ever start your character getting out of bed in the morning routine.
What? They said that?
They said that. Never, like, that's one of the most least interesting ways to introduce your character. Starting them off in the bed, waking up.
Well, at least
looking at alarm clock.
If it's Hancock did it, and he was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it showed character, but it showed his character.
But it was a new character too.
Mr. Terrific, let's get him first page. Let's get him some. Let's just get him some action, some kind of crisis.
We have a lot of writers that come from the school of, I want to tell a story. I want to build a masterpiece. I want to take the reader someplace. That's great, man, if I'm reading a novel. But this is my personal preference. When I open up the book, my rule is 3rd, 4th page, somebody needs to be getting punched in the mouth. I need to be thrown. When I get on a roller coaster, granted, when you get on a roller coaster, they just don't shoot you down. You have to go up a hill. But that's a build-up, right? Build me up to something. I think what happens is, and I'm not saying this is what this story is. I know this is going to get lost. This could be amazing. I'm going to buy it. I want to read it. I'm going to get into it. But I just hope this isn't your typical run-of-the-mill, I thought this is what Black people wanted. I heard another writer say this. When you get on a roller coaster, they take you up that hill and then they drop you down. Unfortunately, in today's comics, you're just sitting on that freaking hill forever. And then by issue 5, they shoot you down and then you go right back to the... And they rush it.
Yeah.
Because
go ahead. No, you go ahead.
No, go ahead.
All right, I was gonna say, like, Brother Man says, how about him waking up to bed to an intruder? That, or how about homeboys like rushing, hey, Metropolis is being destroyed, Superman's getting beat up. Well, what are we gonna do? And he's like, oh shoot, let me suit up.
Yeah, let me hop out of bed. And
Let me
guess
hop out
what,
of bed.
man? This might be before he becomes Mr. Terrific.
That's true too. Yeah.
There's no
Before
freaking
everything.
way him of his intellect is allowing himself to be a slob like that. There's just no way. So we're gonna play. This is probably what leads up to him losing his wife or his girlfriend, I forget, and him becoming Mr. Terrific. I do know he's an atheist, which is weird, but
Oh,
yeah,
I mean,
I
yeah.
think
If you're smart enough, you know that God doesn't
there's no
exist.
God or something.
Yeah,
right? Or
basically.
something.
Yeah.
It's so dumb, but okay,
Now we're gonna get into the religious talk. That's fun.
right. Here comes a new challenger with Black Comic Lore variants. I forget his name, but he did this one. And he was
Oh,
talking
okay.
about
That's sleek, man.
yeah, that's sleek. But man, this would be attacked so much, bro. And here's the thing: the average black person is gonna think, "Oh, this is gonna get attacked by racists." No, it's gonna get attacked by black people. Oh man, like Misty Knight, Storm is the queen. We don't need to, and like she doesn't even have any powers. And why do we have Captain America? These are our original black characters. Why do we need this legacy guy here? It's always gonna be something, bro. So Jahib Anderson did this, and this is his mock-up cover that he did. Yeah, it's cool. I like it. I like how the art kind of zings together.
Yeah.
So yeah, this will never happen though. This will never happen. It's not worth it for Marvel to put that out because it would just come under attack. Hey man, this has been floating around BSF for a while. Considering Ryan Coogler's work on Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and Sinners, are you downing? Who's calling me? Are you doubting his ability to deliver a great Ironheart show?
I mean, it just depends on the involvement, man. It's like, how much involvement did he have in it, or he just kind of co-signing it? I mean, no one bats at 1,000%, you know. So it ain't looking good, bro. It's just not looking good. I'm sorry. It's not like he directly directed it. It's not like he wrote all the episodes, you know. So he's doing the X-Files next.
Yeah.
Look, here's your key thing of how they feel about the show. Normally, they got these shows. They do a weekly release, one new episode every week. They're dropping 3 episodes on the first day. And then the next week, they're dropping the rest of the season, 3 episodes after that. That's how they feel about it.
They're trying to get this out.
They are literally dumping this out. That's how you know that it's kind of, they're not trying to stretch the ratings for a month now. Everyone has abandoned the Netflix binge model, trying to get more ratings and more views throughout months. So
I'm just glad we've gotten away from the BS talk that, oh man, they should just give War Machine. Y'all wasn't saying nothing about War Machine, bro. Stop the freaking cap. Please. Y'all wasn't capping. Y'all wasn't saying nothing about the roads, man. Some people was like, man, they should have left him in that little cryo chamber. There's people saying that. So I don't want to hear, now, should Ironheart and Rhodes would have been in here? No, because I would have hurt Rhodes. They would have threw him in. They would have kicked him over like Sparta. This is Sparta. They would have kicked him over into the pit too, bro. I'm telling you, they would have. They actually, listen, when Don Cheadle gets through watching this, if this is bad, he's going to say, Marvel, I appreciate y'all for not letting me be a part of this. Because I know that came up. Let's go ahead and kind of cement this thing and get some good. Now, the hood, and Mephisto might actually save this, but Mephisto.
It's too late for Mephisto, bro. It's too late. That was WandaVision. We've been rumored. It's too late, bro. We've been talking Mephisto for 5 years. It's not even like
Mephisto got fans like that, bro. People are just bandwagoning that. Some people don't know who the hell Mephisto is, bro. It is bandwagoning that.
It's too late. That train is long gone, bro.
Don't even own a Mephisto. Don't even own a Mephisto comic, but Mephisto's gonna be here. We're gonna go crazy. Who's Mephisto? Come on, bro. Because the success of Senators, they are trying so hard to paint Cougar in a bad way. Damn shame. Yeah. Possibly.
wouldn't say they're trying to paint him in a bad way. I think they're trying to use his name to get more ratings for it now. Yeah, I don't think they're trying to. I think they're just trying to salvage it by using the Sinner's success in association with them.
Hey, I remember when my guy Verness Hayes dropped this versusness, I guess is what his name is. Boy, the internet went crazy over this. People was pissed. How was he able? Well, it's 3 of them taking down Darkseid. That's the only way. It's not because of Superman. They got pissed.
Mm.
Let's see what this dude said.
It's a good edit.
What has happened to Malzahn after New 52? Is it still going on, bro? If you have to ask, that's how you know you don't read no comic books, bro. You haven't been paying attention. This is not a criticism of this post. I love that this is sort of a frame completely. Actively, there's pretty much nice guy. I think Icon is a little rougher edges. He's a Republican. Okay, bro. We're gonna keep it pushing. What was I gonna talk about? We're gonna get ready to wrap this up. Oh, this is actually a nice little picture here.
Yeah, that's dope.
This reminds me of black faces where they normally aren't even allowed to go. And if this went viral, you'll get a lot of hate. Well, Storm can't fly that fast. Oh, that's impossible. She has no protection. You would get everybody and mama will be talking about this. This does look AI.
Yeah, it looks like. I'm not sure if you would Storm. Storm is pretty well loved. I mean, she's original. She's from the X-Men.
Everybody is well loved until they step out of line. Everybody.
I don't know, man. I mean, she's in the sky. It looks pretty bad.
Listen, when racists when racists want to hide, they'll say, "Well, Martin Luther King told us to look at people's character, not their skin color." And then when certain things don't fit them, they're like, "Well, screw Martin Luther King." When certain narratives are out there, they're okay. But let it be a little too dominant, it's a problem.
I don't even think this is that spicy, man. She's just in the air.
But she's flying with jets, bro, that's going like Mach 4. 3.
Everybody knows she has this air molecule controlling thing. She can breathe oxygen in Earth's atmosphere.
I guess, man.
I don't think it's too spicy, man. Personally.
You think it's too spicy?
But no, that's spicy, really.
What?
Now that's spicy.
What's that?
Black woman in the Iron Man. Now that's spicy.
Oh my God. People are losing their mind. But
Yeah,
if it's not good, it ain't gonna push the culture forward if it's good or bad. I'm gonna be honest with you.
It never happened. That's what's gonna happen.
How in the hell did this get
What
here?
show?
Why Paul is in here promoting
The Marvel Cinematic Universe. Paul, did you get hacked, man? Is his account hacked?
Nah, I don't think I don't know what this is about. Maybe he was trying to post the picture.
Post the art. Maybe art.
Listen, if your group has 1 million members, that's a headache, bro. That's a headache. 1 million, bro. Every moment your inbox is just full. Let me go to these groups. Let me go to Black Comic Lords. And let me go see what's going on in Black Comic Lords. Man, this dude here. Who does Derek think he is? Bro, Omega Man. 1990, honoring Omega Man #1, created by Alonzo Washington and published in Omega 7, 1992. This issue induced a powerful black superhero rooted in Washington's lifelong activism. Washington Kansas City has bro. This book is extremely hard to find. And this is actually, and I own this book, but it's extreme. And the bobblehead, forget about it.
How come this book is extremely hard to find?
Because it came out in 92. There were only so many printed, and they're just not on eBay, and they're nowhere online. Type in Omega Man online, you're gonna get the Marvel comic book. But this was one of probably third black-owned comic book companies. Maybe fourth. But that says a lot, though.
Mm-hmm.
You had all Negro comics, but this dude had multiple titles, probably 7 or 8 different titles. 1992. Now you had Brother Man, that was Big City Comics, that came out in 1990, but they had some issues throughout the course of a decade. But this guy was banging them. Actually, I think he was the first black comic book character to have his own action figure. And then
Okay.
Meteor Man, of course, came along after that. And he did it with his own money, no Kickstarter. It's 92, bro. Mate, was this before you was born?
No, I was 2 years old.
You thought this was a snack. You try to eat the bubble box.
Yeah, I was about to eat the damn action figure at that point.
When are they bringing Nick Fury back? Nah.
Nick, sorry to laugh, man, but
bro, Nick Fury, when they bringing Nick Fury back, I mean, Sam Jack, bro, he about 74, 73.
Sam Jackson, he's done. I mean, the character,
He's
there's
not
no use to the character.
It's like he tired.
There's no use to the character.
He's not happy with these numbers, bro. He's not. He's not happy with these numbers. So they actually might kill off Sam Jack in Doomsday or something.
He may not. He's not even casted, man. Like he's just
bring back the white Nick Fury. Nobody cares.
Bring back the white Nick Fury.
Now people will say, the people who don't read comics, why did it see they race swapped him white? What? He's always been white. He was just black for the 2000s, man. But what's up, Maxine?
What's going on, man? Morning
at LOL. That's funny. You got to be a living single fan to get that reference. Yeah, but Omega Man, you're not gonna find that book. Good luck, bro. This show, I haven't seen anybody really talk about it. I've seen a lot of people, but it's getting season 2.
That's what's up. I'm glad it did. I'm glad it is. Man.
I'm glad somebody's. I'm not watching this. I don't have an issue with it.
It's for children. So
maybe the kids are watching it.
Yeah, I mean it's for children. I don't really watch like children's cartoons. So outside the ones I grew up on.
And I didn't watch Moon Girl. Like she's a cool character, got her number 1. And I for a while I tried to start a little collection when she was hot, but I don't think she's gonna go anywhere. All New Mutant Saga, Sons of X. And you got an all black squad. Boy, this will get destroyed. And it's sad. And then, of course, you got the guys that in the comment section that always make the suggestion, add Sunspot, Monet, Frenzy. No, why don't y'all make your own cover, bro? That's what y'all need to do. Every time somebody posts something, oh, y'all should add this person. No, you should learn how to use PixArt or Photoshop.
Yeah, one of the two. I mean, AI can pretty much get it done for you now.
Give me Gentle, Darwin, Frenzy, Manifold, Cypher, Temple. Yeah. Okay. But I think a lot of these people are bots, too. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, you don't even know what's real anymore, man. I mean, for all the audience, though, we might be AI. We might have trained AI. This might be AI live stream.
All right, so we're going to do 2 more things. We're going to get out of here. But I'm going to run through. I'll probably start with this, man. So I posted this up last night. A lot of people do not care. That's why I posted up there. Black characters, nobody cares about. And I care about them, but I don't care about them like that. But I care about them enough to make this post. This is what I say. Black characters who rarely receive attention deserve more focus. We can all agree with that. But there's probably a reason why they don't receive focus. Combining them with other characters could aid in the revival. I'd argue groups of 2, while pairing Firestorm and Mr. Miracle may not be the best approach. Solo adventures for Black superheroes can be difficult, particularly in the current era where diversity inclusion face opposition, especially in our own communities. We don't want to face that, but that it's here, and it ain't just around white folks, it's around Negroes too. And Latinos take shots at us too sometimes. Introducing original Black characters alongside legacy ones, even in small groups, could be an effective strategy. We also have a lot of resistance to Black indies, but that's a conversation for another day. I would read Knicks and 6, but we all know that ain't gonna happen. Anyways, so this is, I post every now and then, I post characters that nobody cares about. And it's sad because had I just posted these characters and say, hey, I picked these up, I would have got about 4 likes and 3 comments saying, oh, I remember these characters. But if you trigger people to talking and engaging, they engage, which is sad. You have to literally trigger people to talk about stuff. But this is the internet, and sometimes it's real, sometimes it's not real. But I'll say this. These are 2 legacy guys, and you have a run of Miracle Man that came, I think it was like 5 or 6 issues a couple years ago. it kind of was trying to do well, but then it didn't finish. I don't think even the writer said that he wasn't he was upset because he thought that this is what black people wanted. Brandon Easton said this is what people were crying about online. So people said we need representation, we need representation. So he says, well, I'm going to go grab a semi-obscure character, Shiloh Norman. He's been out since the 70s as a sidekick. He's black. He looks aboriginal, but he's black, and we're going to make him Mr. Miracle. And I've talked about on this channel before, like the only thing I think he did, two things I think he did wrong is that he tied it in to the past. They swapped some races, or they created characters that were black that a lot of people probably felt like should have been white. And Mr. Miracle, do you know much about Mr. Miracle from even the cartoons?
Man, look, I'm gonna be honest with you.
You know,
I'm gonna use some wrestling terms here, okay? So the first Mr. Miracle was a white guy, right? He didn't go over, meaning like the fans didn't accept him. Like he didn't go over, right? So they made Mr. Miracle black.
Well, it's two Mr. Miracles.
Yeah.
And then this guy.
This new one,
he's a triple legacy character.
He didn't go over. So the first one didn't go over, the second one didn't go over. Firestorm, the original white guy, did he go over? Did he became this mainstream success?
Semi. He was in the cartoons, and his powers were cool because he had the white guy above him giving him wisdom.
Okay.
Whatever.
So he semi kind of got over, and then the second one, we got the black Firestorm. He didn't go over. So in wrestling, if your gimmick doesn't work, you change your gimmick. Rocky comes out. He's Rocky Balboa, not Balboa. He's Rocky Johnson, right? He's a Samoan, happy-go-lucky guy. Everyone boos him. Then becomes The Rock that we all love and know. Then everyone cheers for him and likes him. So my question for you is this. We got all these black characters. No one cares about them. No one likes them. Is it that the character itself needs to change the gimmick? Or is it is the customer wrong for not liking them? Do you need to change the character, or is the customer not, I guess, equipped? Is the customer wrong for not liking them, or do we need to change the gimmick of the character to get the character over with fans, with the people?
Audience, what do y'all think? Chat, what do y'all think? I think that it's a combination of a lot of things. We've been conditioned that and not everybody, and people are pushing back. Everybody doesn't play I'm a victim because I'm black. Some people say, nah, I'm just as good. I don't care what's going on. I'm gonna rise above it. Some people like, yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit of both. There's some tweeners that's in between. I think personally, we've been conditioned that black is inferior, white is superior. And we're conditioned to say, well, if I'm gonna be a black superhero helping in this white area, I need a white handler. I can't do it by myself. We've been conditioned to not normalize black faces of dominance where white people have previously been, but being original. Let a black hero show up in Metropolis, you're automatically going to be pegged a sidekick because that's Superman's territory. Let an original black character show up, a lead character show up in Gotham, you're still going to be a sidekick because that area belongs to Batman. You can probably argue the same smoke for Wakanda because that area belongs to T'Challa. But Harlem is Harlem is anybody can have that. And like, okay, so another hero shows up. Keep bringing. Okay, so Brahman says keep bringing them out and stop all this stalling. Too much lackluster nowadays, or quick gimmicks are not good in the long run. Break that down like I'm in 5th grade. I want to make sure I have an idea what you're saying, but I want to make sure I'm spot on. I'll say this, man. We honestly have drawn circles around certain heroes. When it comes to DC Comics, we really, and even though they're not 100%, maybe they are a little bit on, maybe not. We really just want to see Icon and Static. People throw Rocket out there for whatever reason, and they like to throw Vixen out there because she's attractive. But they really just want to see if you can do the 4. If there's such a thing for Big 4, you're gonna do Icon, Static, even though they're Milestone, but obviously they go out. They're being published under DC. Icon, and then you probably can say Cyborg, Black Lightning situationally. I don't think people really are big into the comics, but they're big into that name, Black Lightning, because that means something. that name is brand recognition. Vixen, she's so much of a, well, I'll be a part. I can help you guys, but not like lead. Like how Storm has been, she hasn't been developed fully enough to where I think people can respect her for that, which is unfortunate. But with Marvel, you got freaking T'Challa, Storm, Miles, and Blade. You can't really, and you have to put that in that order.
Right.
But DC has a long way to go. But like I said last week, shout out to DC because they realized back in '93, probably '92, when they probably wrote up the contract, Black people do Black characters better than we can do. So instead of us trying to create this because remember, during the early '90s, what was going on? LA riots. You had a lot of oppressive police tactics towards Black people. So what did Black people do? They had this outward expression in comic books. We had LA Phoenix was a superhero that came out. He had everybody was making comic books. Everybody was making content that were speaking to the times. The Black Panthers were coming out. Everybody in the Black exploitation era, Marvel made comics to the times. You had Trayvon Martin, George Floyd. You had all new. What did Marvel do? More comic books in the times. Let's jump on this trend. DC decided to do it, so they said, okay, we're gonna let Milestone jump up on our mantle. So going back to your question, these characters don't fall up under there. These characters are literally just, let's slap a black coat of paint on them. The only issue, one of the biggest issues with Mr. Miracle, he's known for being an escape artist. Something that Black people aren't really known for, like superhero wise. So you really have to work. I was going to do a joke, but nah. I know we all got jokes for that, but then we'll get called something if we do that. So here's the deal. We didn't really get that in this run. He did introduce some new characters. He remixed some stuff from the past. He took some liberties, and it didn't resonate because I think at the time, in the era that we were in, they wanted to see that with characters that they already had brand recognition. Shiloh Norman was an unknown. He probably could have done that with the Black Racer, maybe. And they did have shown up in comic books together a lot. But he probably could have done a solo series with that, given his background, because he was a sergeant in the Army or something like that. Mm-hmm. But I think moving forward, Marvel and DC, they're going to have to, if you're going to do a 5-issue mini, because that's all we're getting. We're not getting any more runs. Like Storm and T'Challa and Miles, yes, everybody else is going to get maybe 5. If you're lucky, you're going to get a 10. Because we can't keep Black folks' attention that long. And the stories that are being written, a lot of these stories are not by, I don't think, Black comic heads. I think are by, I write stories and I write they're not comic heads. They didn't grow up really ingratiating themselves with this stuff. They didn't read no Bronze Age comics.
You're saying the writers from Marvel and DC are not comic heads?
The Black writers of Marvel and DC are also not listening to social media. But there's not a lot of social media. Oh man, we got about to start another show. I might have to hit in and run another show. A lot of if you have to check the posts periodically on what's going on social media. You know, a great place to do that is on Black Comic Lords. The problem is you can't go on Twitter and get it because most people on Twitter are just talking about Black Panther, T'Challa, and Storm. They ain't talking about the original man. They're talking about Mr. Terrific, but they're talking about scenes that have happened. They're not talking about actual Mr. Terrific runs that they enjoyed. You have to be able to take notes from the past in order to propel these characters forward. And I think a lot of times these writers say, well, this is my vision I have in my head. I'm going to run with it. If you like, you don't, you don't. We don't live in that era no more. You literally need to borrow stuff from the past, but just expound on it. Let's look at what freaking Ta-Nehisi Coates did with his run. That run wasn't great, but Intergalactic, but he set up a lot of this Afrofuturism that we kind of saw from the Kirby run, but he put it on steroids. And that's why that run was famous. Hudlin run made T'Challa an emperor and basically invincible. But those are the two main ingredients that you need to have a successful Black Panther run. And with Shiloh Norman, he has to be attached to somebody else. He doesn't need to be on the team because he's black, so he's gonna be tokenized, gonna get pushed to the back. He needs to be attached to another black superhero. Maybe a Shiloh Norman would actually be really good with a Mr. Terrific because they're both very, very intelligent. And maybe they could be semi-rivals. But that would probably work. They can learn from each other. Maybe more. Mr. Terrific will probably get a different perspective, but I would love to see a run with Mr. Terrific who thinks that he's machismo, I'm superior, and I'm a team up with you, Mr. Terrific, but I can basically learn what you're doing in like an hour because I'm just that smart. But then like he learns like, okay, there's some nuances that you just can't pick up just by reading the book. There's so many things that you can deal with.
Battle of the Misters. Yeah, I like that. I like that.
There's so many, but guess what? You can't do that. You can't tell that story in 5 issues, but the first 3 issues you're just talking about it, but you're not showing the action. And I think a lot of writers get so caught up in writing stories. They've been writing book reports all their lives, but they haven't really wrote. They don't understand what the Bronze Age meant. Action, fight scenes. 3rd, 4th page, there was conflict. And guess what? There might even be a scene where by the end of issue 3, the heroes lost to this guy 2 or 3 times. And damn, he's gonna have to figure out now. I gotta go into the lab. One thing I used to like about the first 20 issues of Spider-Man is every time back in 1963 when he first fought Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Scorpion, he would always lose the first battle. And then you have to go back to the lab and say, damn, I got my ass whooped. Let me see what I gotta do. And then he would come, like Mysterio was tough because Mysterio had the gas and his spider sense really wasn't working. He was sick or something. And Mysterio whooped his ass. Good, too. Whooped it good. And then he was like, okay, this time I'm gonna come with this approach. And then he won. I mean, he tossed Mysterio up, threw him in jail. And it just shows the rise and that fall. But with these stories, man, today, they just dialogue.
Not enough roller coaster. Right. And I won't, well, the writers, they probably writing for the trade, right? That might be one of the reasons why. They're writing for a trade paperback. They have the pacing of a trade paperback where they're doing a floppy release. And that might be one of the reasons why the floppies are like, the pacing is off because you have dialogue, and then you have all the action in the end. Oh, Lord.
Hold on. Dang it. I can't pull the whole thing up. Hold on. Maybe I can.
Yeah. We got some chats. We got some comments here.
Talk to me.
Richard says, folks don't mess with comic books like that. There's thousands of casuals, a few real comic heads. Fool Ass Earthman says, Harlem is for Bushmaster. Bushmaster. Heimdall says, if Catwoman got her own book, Vixen should definitely have her own book as well. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Vixen having her own book. I got her first ever series, which is the first book. Her first series is the first time DC made a series for a black woman. I got the whole. I just finished. Actually, I think it was like 5 or 6 issues. I just got the last issue. It was cool, but it's just Vixen is not nasty enough, man. It's sometimes, but Vixen's got to be like one thing about Storm. Storm got them hands. She got them paws, and she's got swag. Vixen looks cute and stuff, but it's more so like she relies on the Justice League a little too much to be like, okay, I scratched them. Okay, Superman, go ahead and finish, baby. It's just like, no, I need you to do more than that.
Okay.
Like
she got cut loose. She got cut loose. Yeah.
You got to cut loose. Listen, man. Everybody should go and own this book. This book looks bare bones African from Zimbabwe somewhere, but this is a really good book. This book is X-rated, bro. This book is wild. And it's this book is very, very relevant, bro. Oh, I just picked this up. I messed around and was going to review it, read it at work, and bring it back. I left it at my job. But Son of Zulu, man, there was actually a black guy. I was in this video. It's actually when they was promoting this thing. He got on top. This guy dressed up like this. Got on top of this building. They called the police on him. And he was holding up this sign and acting like a African warrior to get people to come inside to buy this comic book. There was like 20 stories up in the air or something.
Man, that's marketing.
He got arrested and everything. 93. A lot of these books came out during black oppressionist times. We're gonna be, we gotta go build our own. We gotta go build our own. 92, 93, right? Anaya
Okay.
Comics. I love this. It says Black American State University. Oh man, this is dope. This is also around where A Different World was coming out. It was hot too. So
You said this
going to
is
college
violent,
was
huh?
the thing. Black
You
colleges
said it's
was
off the
thing.
wall?
Huh?
It's violent?
It's violent. It's got a lot of
Come
things.
on,
I don't want
you
to.
got
I
a
don't
little
want to.
something? Come on, you got a censored version or what? What we got?
It's
Well,
bad.
what's the
It's
action?
pretty
What's the action looking like? We got some heads getting
Nah, I
speared
don't
off.
have those things, man.
Oh man,
But you
yeah,
know what? I will
movies
say
like
this.
that.
You know how they dehumanize black men and give them a dress and do all this stuff? They actually do this with white guys in here, which is a trip in a black setting. And I think that the artists and the writers did that on purpose because he saw how we were dehumanized during the black exploitation era. And so what this was a play on that, but it was in reverse. Which made it really, really cool. But I want y'all to read it. This book is El Cheapo Domingo. And damn it, if you're in the Black Comic Lords group, you need to go buy this book. This book is cheap.
All right, post some more panels, man. I want to see some more.
That's it.
That's it.
I posted. That's it.
Post a little bit more, man. I'm
gonna post some more, but I'm gonna go on Monday, read it, post some more, and discuss it. Probably on our next show next week or sometime. I'm gonna discuss it.
Yeah. You definitely got some intrigue here. I just want to see a little bit more.
Yeah, man. It's good. And guess what? These 90 people talk, say what they want about the 90s. Some of them books were actually pretty good. Purge was actually pretty good. BCL Classics variant. We got everybody in the barbershop. Of course, you got the people in the comments that saying this is dope. They've never seen it before, but they've been in this space for 5 years, yet they've never
go back to Trunks, man. Go back to Trunks. I got a question for you.
Trunks?
Go back to Black Trunks, the anime.
Black Trunks.
With Umar.
Oh, okay.
The race swap. All right. So my question to you is
boy. Do I have a disclaimer? Do I need to get a disclaimer?
No. I'm not even gonna go that route. I'm not even gonna go that route. So we see that this is trending, right? We see that the blurs, this is the wave. This is future right here.
All right, now watch this. Now watch this. Now I shouldn't say this. See, we already lost 2 people. Because they don't want to hear this. They don't want to hear. They want to keep their precious anime, and it's cool. Listen, here's my stand. Okay, before you even go ahead. I want to cut you off, but we're at 16 right now. I guarantee it's gonna be 10 by the time we're done with this.
All right, I'm not even gonna go that route, but I'm gonna ask you this: if we have Firestorm, Mr. Miracle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you, and the chance to get those 2 characters over, would you allow those 2 characters to be written by a Japanese writer and a Japanese artist, manga style, from their manga style, and then bring it back to the States? Would you be okay with that? For a chance for them to get over.
Now, just as you say that, there's a couple black people like, he better say no, and he better say no rapid fire right away. He better say no right away, or he's a coon. You got the black people in the comments, and so people watching that video like, he got to say no. So that Japanese, like, he got to be about his people. There's people that's thinking like that. But, okay, here's the deal. I would actually do both. Now, watch this. I'm diabolical with it. I'll have a black team write it, and I have a Japanese team write it. And then I'll see who sells more. And if the Japanese people sell more, then I'll sit back and just stare at everybody like this. What y'all got to say now? What I got to say now? I didn't say that. I had a black team do it, and I had a Japanese team do it, mega style, no color, just black and white. And then I want to see who sells more.
See what happens. Ooh, yo. Oh man, that would be very
look. We dropped down to 14. Yep. We dropped down to 14. I told you, bro. They don't want to have this conversation. They don't want to have this conversation, man. Some people left right now to go watch One Piece, bro. I promise you.
Yep.
Somebody left, and we're gonna lose 2 more. We're gonna lose some more people.
Oh man, but that was it. I just wanted to throw that up to see, if maybe we should give them some of our characters. Maybe they can get them over.
So blurs are the ones who only validate black characters through white characters, in my opinion.
Those women's body.
I don't want to disagree with you. Now you do have a black Helmnil, so that's my problem. I only have a problem with who you got as a pitcher because that's a race swap character, but that's cool. I ain't gonna chop your head off, man. You safe for now, okay? You safe now. I'm playing. Let's see what we got. The hate in short minus is real. Sure.
Yeah.
I
You brought up
get
something
this.
funny for DreamCon. What you said? What should happen at DreamCon
Damn, bro.
this year?
Listen, I'll just say this. I have no problem with black people creating stuff like this.
Uh-huh.
I don't even have a problem with black people desiring to be this. I don't have a problem with black people wanting to swim in milk. But you know what the problem? I probably should leave the milk stuff alone because I don't want to be like Ryan Clark, right? And then y'all pull up some pictures of me.
You're gonna Clark us. Uh-huh.
No, I don't have a problem with people doing things that like this. My biggest thing is we don't have a balance. There is 1,000 black Dragon Ball Z pictures. How many that's on DeviantArt, that's on thumbnails, that's on different blurry websites or blurry groups, people drawing them, people using graphics. There's thousands of them created by black people. White folks ain't sitting up making that type of stuff. Japanese damn show ain't doing that because they already showed us who we are in their universe. Is this on? I want to make sure this is on because I don't want nobody to act like they hear that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see a whole lot for black independent. That's my problem. I just want a balance. Just give me a balance. As a matter of fact, actually, I lie. I'm lying to you. I don't want a balance. It should be black original and then maybe some Dragon Ball Z weird Weibo stuff here. That's what it should be. I don't even want no balance no more. I just want this should always be dominant. Because here's the thing. When you look at Japanese culture, they here. And the rest of that Japanese dude that want to be Captain America, of the amount is probably here. White people, Japanese do the work for them. Most of the a lot of the Japanese characters look white. All white skin, blue eyes, the whole nine. So they don't have, they can just sit back like this, put their feet on the table because everybody's doing the work for them. But I don't see enough black people doing black stuff. I don't see enough black people cosplaying as black characters. We've already expressed why they don't do that. There's not enough likes and shares in that. And nobody wants to have to walk around DreamCon and educate, oh, I'm Lothar. Oh, I'm Vixen. Oh, I'm Bumblebee. Oh, I'm the original woman. Nobody wants to do that. But we black and proud. Wait, is this on? Can you hear me there? Can you hear me good? Because it got quiet.
You should not shut you down, man.
It's my headphones. It's my headphones, bro.
Mic check.
Mic check. 1 2 1 2. We back.
Okay, you're back.
We back.
You're back.
Shout out to Ryan Clark and RG3, man.
Oh man, is it too late for us to get?
Is it too late? Possibly.
Is it too late?
Because it seems like the only time we want to full steam, like everybody wants to roll on the boat, and everybody, I'm gonna go here. When I used to work for the Boys and Girls Club, we did this thing called Dragon Boat Racing. I hated it. You were basically remember the crew team in high school? Everybody was in there stroking with paddles, rowing the boats. You remember that, right?
Yeah, I remember that joint.
So they have one that's like a 20 passenger one. I used to have to get in the boat with the kids and row and everything. Seems like when there's oppression, when they're in the society, we rise up then and we'll get together, come together, and we'll create all this stuff. That's where you got a lot of original, man. That's where you got all new different Marvel, DC with Milestone. If you look at what was going on in society, Black Panther Party. If you look at what was going on in society, Luke Cage, the early 70s, that Black Power movement, late 60s, early 70s. If you look at the times, you're going to see a lot more Black expression. That's what nobody knew who Umar Johnson was until about 2014 when all this stuff was going on. So it's going to take that again to get us to get up and go. And that's unfortunate. It is going to take to us to keep our And so let me back up. The difference between, shout out to Joe Madison, RIP Joe Madison. He said this, I never will forget, and this is not exclusively to him. But the difference between a moment and a movement, guess what the difference is, Dion?
Longevity.
Well, sacrifice.
Sacrifice. Okay.
Which you can umbrella longevity up under there. And with us, we got to be willing to make those sacrifices. And I think the Black independent crew is here. The Black independent crew isn't, they're not always willing to hear the criticism. And we don't always deliver it properly. We like to do it in public, and sometimes we like to shame people. And that don't do nothing for me as a creative. Hit me up in the DMs. And we also don't think that a lot of people support anyways. We just think people just coming here to critique. So why should I listen to Dion? Do I even know if Dion's a freaking, is he even gonna buy this? Even if I make all the adjustments, is he even gonna buy this? Why do I even need to listen to him?
I'll just share the post. I just kidding. But
Uncle Jack is here.
Uncle Jack, Shatas, I see you guys. What's up?
We haven't had a golden era in comparing to manga. No, you're not. I had a thought today, and you notice we stopped talking about it. We back up to 19 views. Somebody swiped away. It was I'm gonna come back later when they stop talking about anime. Now watch me. Now, if I start talking about anime, it's gonna drop back down to like 15. Watch. It's gonna drop right down to 15. People watch. They don't want to hear that. But listen, what the freak was I gonna say? Dang. What were we talking about, D? I done got all sidetracked.
Right. So if we are trying to compete with Marvel and DC in Japan, they got their own industries. They got multi-billion-dollar companies backing all these other characters, all these other superheroes, right? And all these other IPs over 100 years combined. Is it safe to say for basically the Black independent space, we're going to need an Oprah Winfrey type, a Tyler Perry type, a Byron Allen type to take their money and resources and pull up everybody to be on equal playing field with the rest of the competition? Can the underground basically soup up and grow to compete with the billionaire tycoons?
Those Negroes, I'm gonna say it like Paul Moody, homie, those Negroes don't trust us. Those Negroes don't probably trust us 1,000%. And I'm also certain that Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey, and Marcus Allen have probably flirted with some creatives. Not probably dealing with, and they had to have had at least flirt with it during the golden age of the MCU. That thing was going, and they probably pulled some Black folks in that didn't have their stuff together. Unfortunately, they probably pulled the wrong people in. I don't think they pulled in the David Cronsons of the world. I don't think they pulled in maybe the people with Supercell. I don't think they pulled in Bitterroot. Bitterroot was almost there. And I'm 1,000% sure somebody has already pulled Rodney Barnes to the side. But Rodney Barnes is also a part of the system. He ain't dumb. Rodney Barnes ain't gonna let them sign him up. Speaking of Rodney Barnes, where we at? Don't let me catch you without at least a copy of Philadelphia #1. Go ahead and log off now.
I got the trade.
Well then we can't. Well then, Dion, you got that. I'm about to kick you off then, man.
Oh man, you know I'm story first, man. The story lives on forever. Physical copy, you know.
Somebody's pulled Rodney Barnes to the side and said, "Hey man, this is what we gonna do. We see this thing moving." Rodney like, yeah, man, but I'm in the room with y'all when y'all be talking to these people that y'all be optioning. I know what y'all be saying behind closed doors. Yeah, I ain't gonna do me like that. So this is what I need. And I got all day. I can do other things until I wait. But absolutely Byron Allen and others could definitely help finance and produce it. Right. But Black folks got to have their stuff together when they walk into these rooms. They got to have a portfolio. And I think what a lot of people are missing now, the guy from Black Sands had an opportunity. there was some falling out behind the scenes. There was some stuff that wasn't jiving right, and so he's basically having to pull back from the black community for investors. And I guess that's what he's doing. But I'll say this. Crap, what was I going? The biggest thing is it don't matter what we're doing now. Ain't no kids sitting up here reading Original Man. Ain't no kids sitting up here reading these comic books like that. I know that's a broad. I'm painting a broad brush, but when it comes to black kids, they're gonna go read the anime and manga.
Right.
Look at what we
Because
seeing
it's
at
the industry.
DreamCon.
Right.
Those are basically the kids.
Mhm.
They are saying this is what's hot. Japanese and
future.
white characters are hot.
Right.
That's the move, and they're not reading. So honestly, if I'm Marvel, and it's not just black kids, white kids are reading comics, and you got some black kids that are picking up some. They don't have no pull boxes, but for the most part, a lot of people are just watching the movies and shows for anime.
True.
You don't have black people with long boxes of manga and groups for readers of manga. Things are going more digital. So yeah, man, it's
because
they
that's
gotta
what it takes. It takes the Netflix deals. It takes the Shark Tank deals. It takes the cartoon deals. You got to get in Cartoon Network. You got to get in the toy section. You got to go live action. It takes all that just to get.
It takes money and it takes
top.
effort.
Yeah,
and it takes black folks getting behind it. But you got to have something that black folks gonna want to buy. Let's keep it a buck. And 50 Cent every now, oh man, yeah, man, we gonna do this. You ain't doing a darn thing. You ain't doing a darn thing, man. Not with no comic books, you not. And I think a lot of these investors, like the Tyler Perry, are looking like they're really the sentiment with black characters leading comic books. If you're not Black Panther, T'Challa, Storm, and Blade, there's really a no-go. You're woke. You're really a no-go. And then how can we make a movie when we don't intertwine some social justice in there? And then as soon as you do that, you lose a big chunk of your audience that are black and white. We don't want to believe that. But it's the truth.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, man.
Sad,
There's definitely a direct correlation between. There's not always a 1-for-1 correlation between different mediums, right? Jurassic Park, Michael Crichton's Jurassic Park novel, New York Times bestseller, the movie classic. How many people read the book compared to how many people watched the movie? So, I mean, there definitely does have to be a data of like, okay, well, the book sold, so the movie's sold. But the medium is just more accessible. I watched Static as a kid. Never read a Static comic in my life. If the show never came out, I would have never knew the character existed until my late teens.
Okay.
You know?
That's true. Let me say something real quick. Bruh, Spike Lee had comics nobody cared. I think I vaguely remember that, Rich. Pull up or at least post in BCL what those books were.
I've never heard of that. I never knew Spike Lee had comic books.
Yeah, I think I can maybe remember that. And then somebody said Spike Lee could do comics, but he refuses. I would if I was him too. Spike Lee's about to punch 70 in the mouth. He's over it. And I think a lot of those guys didn't really. That takes a lot of money and work. And he also sees how brutal the comment section is.
Mm-hmm.
Which brings us to this point. Black folks don't know or care for the value of comics. They rather downplay and criticize than actually support. That is actually a sport now, to just get on social media, get behind a microphone, and trash something. And there's plenty of trash to go around for them to trash, but it's a sport now, bro.
Yeah, that's a general sport, but we're not downplaying and criticizing anime and manga. Not like that. You know, comic was called floaters.
You know why we're not criticizing and downplaying manga?
The younger characters rather have code characters. Yeah, Piccolo, Knuckles, Sonic.
But you know why they're not downplaying manga? You know why nobody's attacking anime? Because they've kind of been consistent doing what they're doing. They got white and there's opposite wise, they got white and Japanese characters in there. Nobody's gonna say anything. You introduce a dominant black character, it's automatically woke. Somebody's playing the race card. It's automatically a problem.
Yeah, Yasuke is not a samurai. He's a retainer.
He's a retainer.
Yeah.
But guess what? It's not about, woe is me. We're a victim of racism. Do you know how you drown that out? Go buy up the stuff. That video game should have been sold out by Negroes. But you know what we did? We sat back and we watched. And we sat back and we got on social media and we keyboard warrior. We defended that with our hands, not with our wallets. That game should have been sold out. I don't want to say sold out because it obviously is digital. You can download it. But when they come out with Yakase's comic or whatever, the next one, it should be hard to find. When Miles Morales first came out, they trounced it. Then right kind of before the movie came out, those same critical drinker those they were beating it up. All of a sudden, that book exploded. They shut their mouth. That's how you shut them up. In basketball, how do you shut up the other team? You score.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. But we don't want to spend the money. We don't want to spend the money. I don't
Yeah.
want to get behind something if I know everybody else ain't gonna get behind it. I'm gonna look stupid for spending a fortune to try to promote something that I genuinely like. That's another thing. We don't always get behind something we genuinely like. We want to get behind things that we feel like, okay, I don't just like it, everybody likes it. It's safe to make a post about Storm today because everybody's doing it. It ain't safe to make a post about Mr. Miracle and freaking Firestorm because nobody cares.
Yeah.
And the
Yo, brother
purpose of
man. Peace, man. I see you
oh
in
yeah,
the
there.
chat.
Appreciate super chats too,
Appreciate
man.
you, man. Fourth wall, what's up, man?
Spotley does or did have comics. Fourth wall, what up, brothers? What up? What up?
Yo,
Speaking of fourth
Ace
wall,
Blade in the house.
speaking of fourth wall, that's one of the books I got. Lumberjack. I actually thought Lumberjack was pretty good.
Okay.
Lumberjack is almost damn near invincible from what I saw. He probably isn't, but he was balling through the guys. And I like this cover. I'm cool with it, man. Like, these are some, like, I was, so we're going to close with this. We've been talking too damn long. We're going to close with this. Very passionate about this. Stop listening to your YouTubers, these YouTubers, including us, Facebook guys you follow, people that you follow on Twitter and X. If they ever get to a point when they say we need to start supporting our own, but they can't physically show you that they actually doing it, it's probably because they're not. And it's probably because it's trendy for them to do those slogans. It's probably because something oppressive is going on in society. So it's a good time to bring that up so I can get some likes and some subs. Because it does nothing when you say we need to do better. We need to love people, but you show no love. But you're not doing any better by people. That's just, this is basic human stuff here. Stop telling me to support Black Indie Comics and you're not supporting any, and then you're not telling me about any. You can't rub two independent comics together. You can't even do this, but you're telling me to support some. That's a big problem now. It worked great during the COVID. It worked great during George Floyd. Oh yeah, he's a real one. Whoa, we're gonna give it 30 likes for what he said. This dude's that farm for likes, bro. We lost some viewers. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. we know. But listen, we gotta stop. You only want to do that when it's oppressive time, when it's victimized time. We should be doing this Black History Month to a lot of Black people. Oh, we lost somebody else. I just saw that one. Black History Month for a lot of people is just in freaking February, bro. It's 365 for the rest of us. These comic books come out year round. And no, they don't always have the best marketing. Yeah, it costs a lot of money. A lot of them, and some of them don't build that into their Kickstarter. They need to start doing that. Because that's what those Facebook sponsored things. You see those guys with got those Kickstarters, and under it says sponsor. Yes, they're expensive. But gotta practice what you preach, for sure. Yep. And we don't want to do that. We don't want to.
Easy to talk.
It's easier just to say it because Black people aren't gonna hold me accountable. Who's gonna ask? Well, who's on your pull list? When was the last Black indie comic book you posted? Well, brother, I support, just because I don't post. Sure, bro. Just like the other 100 guys say the same thing. Just because I don't post. But you had no problem talking about Storm. You had no problem talking about They need to recast T'Challa. You had all these great black characters that are white owned. You had no problem. I hope watch 17 turn to 16. Just watch. It's gonna drop again. You guys are more right than wrong. I must agree with everything you said.
All right, we appreciate it.
We
So,
appreciate the mostly part, man,
yeah.
including us.
Hey, Rich said, get the likes up, y'all. Get the likes up.
But you're right, yeah.
So,
You
like,
telling me
share,
shut up.
subscribe. Like, share,
You
subscribe.
telling me to shut up? Hey, but it's the real, bro.
Yeah.
Which we could have a whole show about black accountability, but then when we hear certain words like that, that means that person must be a coon, because there's a reason why we doing dumb stuff out here. That's a conversation for that's a Richard Sunday show though.
That's a
I'm
Sunday
gonna leave
show.
some of that meat on the bone for Richard.
That sermon's coming. Stay tuned,
Ooh,
y'all.
that sermon's coming. Richard don't want to touch that though. Richard don't want to touch that though. He don't want to touch that. He don't want to touch that. That's hot. That plate. That's it. It's a for what? Dang, the recast Child crowd is real. Bro. Where are they?
They don't read comics. Did I say that?
Bro. That's on my mind. As an admin, I literally see every post that goes out there. I approve majority, like 90%, probably 98% of them. And where we were as an aggregate in 2020, when in that 3 years ago, where we were, even last year, it was. Let me tell you how every year was. 2020, when Chadwick Boseman died, immediately we got recast T'Challa. 2021, recast T'Challa. 2022, recast T'Challa. 2023, recast T'Challa. 2024, 2025. And it's like, bro, either you give it up or I don't know. But them dudes is quiet and they should be talking.
Snyder Army, they got the Snyder cut. So
I don't know, bro. I don't know what happened. And guess what? We're all recasters. But what I'm not going to do is sit up here and beg a company. Beg. There's a difference between asking and begging, mind you. And I'm not saying that's what recasters were doing, because I know that's going to get lost.
Beg.
That's going to get lost, and somebody's going to go and say, "Did you see what they said on BCL? He said we're begging just because we want." See. So y'all can hear it here, because somebody's going to take it and run with it the wrong direction. There's a difference.
Good job, Hirsch. You just made new content. Appreciate it.
Listen, I'm not going to sit up here, beg, and continue to ask the same thing over and over again. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pick up Harlem Shadow, which got a better story than I think Ultimate Black Panther right now, but that's my personal opinion. I'm gonna pick up Lumberjack for Fourth Wall Comics, so you can see on that screen. I'm gonna pick up Philadelphia. But if I have to, I'm gonna go pick up Harlem Shadow #2. I'm gonna pick up Distant Thunder, which is a Christian book, which he gave me some cards in the back. I'm gonna go pick that up. There's things to go buy, and guess what? I'm not gonna be silent about it. I'm actually gonna go on social media, and even if 3 people like it, maybe 4 people might even see it. Maybe 100 people will see it and only 2 people will like it. But that's me doing. I'm not just going to say we need to support. I'm going to show that I've been supported. I'm going to talk about the books. Everybody's a content creator. Everybody is a content creator. There's some bigger than us. There's some that are so big they don't even know we exist, that are dealing with Black comics. They don't even know who we are. The Black comic lords never heard of you. Because some people are at different levels. So, like I said, I says, there are a lot of fakes out here who don't care about the indie scene and don't support the few Black-driven comics that are out there. And here's my thing. I don't mind you not supporting everybody. Some of this stuff, Marvel and indie, is trash. Yep, I said that. See me in the DMs if you don't like it. But the stuff that is actually good, you need to be yelling about it. You yell about T'Challa. You yell about Storm. When the Harlem Shadow has been on my radar for a while. As a matter of fact, I'm pull up on the post. One of my favorite Black indie books, and it's old. It's like 2016, maybe older than that. But I like the book.
Yeah, I've been checking out the Harlem Hellfighters by Kanan White. Yeah, I've been reading that. Harlem Hellfighters, the
Mm,
graphic novel about
mm.
the military unit that went to.
I've
You
heard
know,
of it. It's different Harlem Hellfighters that have came out.
oh
I gotta
shoot,
find it.
I got
Let
the
me
one drawn by Ken White.
I think I posted this up years ago. That's when I first got it. Who posted a Ronnie Lott baseball card? Tony King. Shout out to Tony King, man.
How'd that pass the admins? No,
Oh,
it's Ebon.
photocopied. Oh yeah. I
I'm
don't even.
surprised they don't re-release that book as a run or whatever.
Yeah.
Some
You
of
know,
these
it's
do
funny.
need remasters, like what they did with All Negro Comics. Some of these could use a remaster.
Posted by you. So might be able to find it. Might not be able to find it. Can you give it back in time? 3 different books. Yeah, it's got a search
It's
through.
gone. What you looking up?
My Harlem Shadow post. Who is the most important Black woman hero and why? Huh. When did I post that up? 2021. Yeah, that's when the group first started. These are our lives. Look at OG Red.
Man, look at that. The
We might
Zoom
get
session.
copyright.
Talk
We
Star
might get
Wars,
copyrighted right here.
got Superman, Metropolis.
All right, let's
Y'all-
take a look at since we live. Let's go ahead and talk about that.
2021,
Talk
yo.
about this.
Yeah, we were happy
man.
about comics. We thought we were in this black comic book explosion back then, man.
Oh man.
If you could go back to 2021
Uh-huh.
and talk to yourself, what would you say?
Back 2021, get Bitcoin.
Yeah, invest in gold and silver
Get
too.
Get Ethereum. Get
Shout
all
out
the
to
crypto.
Rico Jones and invest in gold and silver. Well, invest in silver.
Silver,
But
yeah.
gold and silver. Shout out to T'Challa on this G.I. Joe cover. People was in the comments saying, I've been looking for this book for a long time. I'm like, yeah, sure you have, bro.
Good luck.
Good luck finding this, bro. When did this come out?
Man.
I can always tell people that don't collect when it's clearly a fake comic book.
But
and
it's,
they ask the question.
you got to be inviting. You know what I mean? You got to, that's a casual that could be converted into a fan.
I think a lot of them are bots. You know how many people thought this was real? Like the wording on this is really, really big. Like you couldn't have been, and I'm okay, bro. It's okay. Sometimes I mess with people though. I ain't gonna lie, I shouldn't do that, but sometimes I mess with them. But
Yeah.
It says Marvel is scared of African themed power. Okay, bro, I'm gonna have to. Marvel is scared of the African themed power that pushed the first Black Panther movie. They love the money but hate the content and show the disparity of storytelling.
I don't think the movie gets made if they hate Africa.
Yeah, bro. They don't hate that, bro.
Yeah, I'm not with the conspiracy that Marvel tried to the MCU tried to downplay the Black Panther movie or anything. Like they made the movie. They gave it a $200 million budget. Ryan Coogler was able to execute everything.
If they hate anything, they probably hate Ironheart. They probably hate that movie. They didn't listen. They didn't know what to think when they made Black Panther. They didn't know where this is going to go.
Yeah, they had the toy. They gave it a good treatment. They had the toys. They got a red carpet, purple carpet treatment.
But it was
not
after
trying
the
to undersell, man.
It was after the fact. I think he's talking post Black Panther. But let me also say this. This was also during the heyday. Like you couldn't really do freaking no wrong. If Black Panther were to come out today, it would not make that money. It would make about $700 to $800 million, but it wouldn't do the billion. Because you got we're in a different climate now. It's 2018, bro. Donald Trump was in office for the first time. Yeah. And it was everybody's racist, everybody's trying to be oppressive, everybody's holding us back. And a lot of people really believe that. And a lot of Black people were looking for something that was uplifting. And this wasn't just a Black superhero. This was the most richest, most powerful Black superhero that we've ever, powerful as far as prestige and everything, right? Because obviously you got other heroes that are just stronger, but this meant something. It was Afrofuturism. This really, really meant something. You know what I mean? We say it all the time. How many people just showed up with Black Panther power or the Black Panther Party shirts on?
Yeah, that was our Lord of the Rings. That was our Star Wars.
That was our Lord of the Rings.
We never had that before.
Say why it's one. We can speak to after the fact, but I also think that T'Challa's too pragmatic. when Marvel, you can't race swap anything. You could, I mean, they do a lot of gender swaps. They make a lot of people LGBTQ that have always been heterosexual. You can really play with that, I guess, with the Dora Milaje. But there was something, and Ryan Coogler signed off on all this too. So yeah, so y'all, people were mad, but he was like, no. And he was probably might have been pressured. The team, the crew that was on that movie, they felt a certain kind of way too. And I think they had enough battery, juice in the tank to really make Wakanda Forever just as successful. I don't want to rehash something that we've been talking about for 5 years though.
Yeah.
As far as Marvel is scared of the African themed power, I think black people are. I don't know, bro.
I don't know. I mean, they
I don't
raised.
know.
He had a great entrance in Civil War. Dude, we made Black Panther like Superman, A-list. The movie made him A-list. I
Listen,
know that's controversial take, but it's not.
Richard just
Mainstream-wise.
said, I disagree. Black Panther would do $1 billion today. Richard, you must not been watching the news.
BP,
The climate is different now. The climate is different now. Black people are still passionate about things, but he didn't make just $1 billion. He made it a little bit over $1 billion. Like what, 1,300,000,000? He's not doing those same numbers today. And I think he made that money in 2018 for very good reasons.
I mean,
but
Captain
now
Marvel made
anytime
$1
you have a
billion, dude.
black dominated thing, the race card gets put up. Woke card gets used
It's
so
peak
much.
MCU too. It's
He
peak
didn't
MCU.
have to fight as hard against that. And plus, you're at peak MCU.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, you're not at peak MCU, but you're damn near because, I'm sorry, a couple months after that, you dropped Infinity Wars.
Mm-hmm.
But again, Captain Marvel proves that you couldn't. Captain Marvel made over $1 billion
Ooh,
within the same year.
And then what happened to the Marvels?
2 years ago, she didn't even make. I think she made $35.
She made 30. She went from $1 billion to $35.
So 300. So I think $200 or $300 million.
It was like $200 million. It was bad.
And guess what? The film was bad, but guess what? So was the first one. And it's not no slight to you, Rich, but just like the first one wasn't great, but it made its money because it came in at a certain time.
Yeah.
And you just add on a couple more horsepower right there with the time. You would have dropped the Marvels back then. Niggas was straight on Kool-Aid, straight on lean back then. Oh, everything's great. Like you had literally I mean, there were some people that pushed back with Black Panther. Then whites and black people, what's the guy that hates black people? He's black. I don't want to say his name. I don't know if get attacked in DMs, but
they were quiet. Any haters were quiet. They couldn't say anything.
But after the movie, and granted, we went back 10, 11 times. You know, we went back, but we took boys and girls. We took churches. And it was an amazing film.
Because nothing like that ever happened before.
Nothing like that has ever happened before. But to say that you could take that movie out and imprint it in 2025, when they're literally taking stuff out of books, some of that stuff they need to take out the books. Some of that stuff is not for kids. The LGBT, the showing kids having sex with kids and that stuff should be taken out. So when we talk about that, that's a conversation for another day. But I'm trying to think. Today, no, bro.
$1 billion?
It doesn't flop and it makes its money back. Yeah. It's still a success, but it doesn't hit like it hits. But I don't know, man. You have way more people that's like black
the Marvel brand. Nah, I wouldn't even say the black, bro. Nah, it's the Marvel brand too, man. It's the
Marvel brand, and then you have this thing now called black fatigue that's going around.
I wouldn't say it's black. Hey, look, the Thunderbolts isn't the result of black fatigue. The box office.
No, Thunderbolts ain't the result of black fatigue. Hell no. The Thunderbolts is something that they came up with years ago, and it's like, well, we gotta roll it out, guys. We can't just not roll it out. Batgirl. But DC probably saved themselves a lot of money. Anyways, say why it says, okay, I agree with you that to the point they gave the money in the space to get the movie made, and I agree the climate is different today, and the backlash would be so great today. It would be so great, bro. Thanks for understanding. Richard, the climate may be different, but OG heads who wanted to see the film would show up still. Come on, the logic makes us people who is too reactionary. Bro, the OG us? You talking about the OG us today?
The comic heads?
The comic heads?
There's not
There's
enough
less
comic
of
heads
us
to
today.
make box office.
There's less comic heads today. And then there's more. The people that were already on the fence about black anything, they ain't on the fence no more. They on the other side, down the hill. The OG us was probably not as like they wasn't on the fence back then. You got a lot of us running around here talking about some black fatigue. I'm tired of black people. Black people on video saying that. It's a different time. I think social media sometimes is not a real place. I give y'all that. But it's showing stuff that's happening around the world, things that are trending. Social media wasn't even what it was. Keep in mind, this is 7 years ago. 7 years ago, bro. There's more people today. Keep in mind, bro. Let's go back. Let's go back. And we gotta get out here. And we can agree to disagree. Literally. Well, Rich is my guy. We'll talk offline. But listen, back in 2018, even 2016, when he first appeared, let's keep it a buck. You had Commander-in-Chief, you had 45 in office. A big chunk of America, right, didn't want Hillary, and they were scared to get Hillary. They decided to bring Trump in. When Trump came in, the media and everybody was anti-Trump. 2025, the same people in some of these media people, Bill Maher, they pro-Trump. They DEI stands for didn't earn it. Even though a lot of them didn't earn it. But let's not talk about that. It wasn't no white South Africans coming to America getting refuge. And we supposed to be America first. Everybody was anti-Trump. Black Lives Matter was a thing. Yeah. We got to remember it was black. We need to white liberals were coming out of the woodworks with their own agendas, manipulating things, acting like they was our allies, right? Saying Black Lives Matter. Right? Remember, that wasn't a black slogan. That was a white slogan. Just like that was something created by white folks. Just like in the NAACP, go do your homework, everybody. I ain't just talking to Rich. It was created by a white person. So we gotta listen. But again, I could be 1,000% wrong. You could be right. But I'm just saying, it's different times. I can't stand these blacks. I'm fatigued. And we're hearing it, bro. We're hearing it.
I don't know, man.
It's coming up. You've been trying to get off here for 20 minutes. Yeah, I have, bro. I've been trying to go. See, I done took me to a dark place. I'm talking about the stuff that, and you notice we dropped down to 15. Anytime you tell the truth, man, somebody don't walk out the comedy show, somebody don't walk out of church, then you ain't talking about nothing. I don't know.
Man, oh man, dude. What else we got? We closing?
I mean, it's 2 hours, man. I think
grand opening, grand closing.
Hold up. Like Richard, I bet you when Richard, because y'all know Richard is a pastor. He doesn't hide that, right? Richard's a pastor, and I don't know if Richard is the hooping and hollering Southern Baptist pastor, but you remember, you're from Virginia, so I know y'all get this. What kind of church did you grow up in?
Baptist.
Oh yeah, you heard this. So you heard this. I'm getting ready to close.
Yep. We got to go.
We're getting ready to close.
But the Lord,
I'm getting ready to close.
Will stay with us.
And it was another hour.
Hour, yeah.
My bad, say wise one. My bad. Shout out to Richard saying I can't stand these blacks.
Hey,
I can't stand these blacks.
I'm fatigued. New black fatigued? Is that where we're
my
new
God.
Black fatigued? Oh my goodness. Oh man. But hey, Sunday night's gonna be a show, yo. If Rich returns, man.
Richard's gonna jump on Sunday night. Richard is going to, because I'm saying something, he ain't gonna talk about it much, but Richard definitely, if this spirit that he got right now stays with him tomorrow night, he'll talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good Sunday night sermon.
Just a pinch.
Yeah.
He'll talk about it. That's it. You right about people leaving love the conversation that you can only get here. Keep it up. Good work. Yeah, man. I'm not here for views and likes, man. I'm just I'm throwing this stuff in the dark,
To a certain
but
degree.
to a certain degree. But I will say this: when all this stuff, as I've been saying, because some of this stuff is starting to slowly come to pass, some of y'all gonna be like, "Damn, they were saying that crap like months ago." I would say this: if I'm lying about this DEI thing, go look into your after the fiscal year. Usually, for a lot of companies, stops in June or July. You're already starting to see the lack of diversity in Marvel and DC on the shelves. Go look. Go look at the DI or what people say. Look at the diversity. I don't want to hate. I hate DI. I hate the word DI. I don't have a problem with DI. I just hate that word. But look at the lack of diversity you see on the shelves today of led black characters. Now, is that 100% due to tariffs? Is that 100% due to Trump? No. A lot of it is we gave you Negrams some chances back in these days, and y'all didn't really go and buy these books. So these companies are pressing us to turn the page, and we finna turn the page, and we finna go back to how we used to be in the 90s and the 80s, where y'all are just filler. Yes, Storm, y'all supporting that. Yeah, T'Challa is always gonna be a staple, and Miles is a crossover machine. And Blade, we need him for vampires. But for the rest of you Negrams, nah, we're not doing really nothing. We don't need to do anything else with any of these other black characters. Because we know you guys are going to get on social media, y'all going to cry, but y'all not going to show up in these stores. You're not going to pre-order. And I think in DC, DC's like, baby, you ain't got to say nothing but a word. We're going to go back to y'all saw what they put out for like their 80th anniversary. All white characters, and it was a black girl walked up and she said, wow. That's what one of their covers are going to look like, and that was but guess what? Am I upset about that? No. Am I saying, well, DC and Marvel don't like us? No, I'm not saying that. They should be doing that because their main audience is white guys, and not all white guys are racist. But their main audience does not look like us. Their main audience is not us. You know who our main audience is? Fourth Wall Comics. Soul Hammer Comics. Those are the black independent comics. We don't chase country music and rock music. We chase hip hop. A lot of black people chase hip hop and soul music. We have things that cater to us already, but are we uplifting them? Anyways, we about to be out of here. My wife's calling, so I got to go. But appreciate y'all. Recast T'Challa. Support Black Indies. If I don't say recast T'Challa, guy, I probably get in trouble. Recast T'Challa. Support Black Indies. We'll catch y'all on the next one.
All right. Cage or nothing. We're out.
Peace.
Peace.